fight for Odin's glory in the night we ride. Blades clashing armor under stormy skies. Dragons in the distance, flame light up the way. Warriors of the legend, we won't go astray. Valhalla's calling, echoes in the night. Raise your sword to thunder, for Odin we will fight. Honored by the ravens, feast on what we earn. Heroes in the making, to Valhalla we turn. Honored by the ravens, feast on what we earn. Heroes in the making, to Valhalla we turn. Shields raised in defiance, battle cries arise. Marching to the chorus of the ancient skies. Valhalla's calling, echoes in the night. Raise your sword to thunder, for Odin we will fight. Valhalla's calling, echoes in the night. Raise your sword to thunder, for Odin we will fight.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the finals for Season 5 of Valhalla Esports. I am Hailstorm, joined by Halfling and Blitzkrieg right now, I believe. How you doing? Oh, not Blitzkrieg, he left. Eli showed up as well. How you guys doing? The finals indeed, where we have the matchup. Oh, let me make sure I have Discord on. Bam. Alright. JK, now they can hear you. Haha.
Hey, yo. We've been muted the whole time?
Damn.
You hate us.
You know,
Unlucky.
properties, blah de blah. But yeah,
No,
we
we
got
were
the
just the voices
Yapcast.
in his
They're
head.
here for the finals, which will be Chumbawumbas against FreeSM. How you guys feeling about the finals matchup?
I'm pretty excited for the finals matchup. I mean, it's the first time I'm pretty sure we've seen the first and the second seed meeting in the finals in 5 seasons of Valhalla. So finally the seeding system works, that's for sure. And we got a hype train going on, actually. That's pretty exciting. But yeah, these have been two teams I don't believe they've faced off recently at all. And even then, maybe that was the old roster for FreeSM. So pretty much just a completely new matchup we get to see here.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy how the seasons turn around for FreeSM. Quick shout out to Mr. Lethal Synergy for the 8 months. We'll love him for an additional 30 days on top of the 7 months that he's already. I believe that's how it works. That he's already been loved for, so he'll keep that love. But it is, as you're talking about before, the crazy shake-up for the roster. FreeSM and like Chumbawumba is like honestly like a tale of two like different teams where partway through FreeSM had obviously a bunch of like roster stuff that happened, and versus Chumbawumba has literally not changed, and they knew their identity from day one, and have just demolished teams with it, and just been better and more confident. So.
Yeah, that refinement from Chumbawumbas has been pretty good to see, because I know a lot of, me included, did not have Chumbawumbas too high on my tier list at the start of the season, just because the general rules of like, oh, they didn't have enough salary, and we haven't seen Cops play in forever. We've never really seen Dingus Slayer, but it's that mid jungle for the first couple weeks that definitely carried through this team, but now pretty much everyone has a chance to make some big play for this Chumbawumbas roster. But in terms of FreeSM, this was a complete just makeover from the mid-season, grabbing both TTOD Fell, Hawkeye Six Pack, Delta Centaria, and Black and Blue all throughout the season, and they've just hit the ground running.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. I mean, they only have one loss this season, which was against me. What? Huh? Sorry, my bad. Um, but it was literally, my belief is it was literally because they were created like hours before as a team. I'm sure if they actually had a bit more practice underneath their belt, we probably would have lost. But this team is very strong and can win through like all different lanes. They can win through bot lane, they can win through mid, they can win through jungle, they can win through top. It really depends on what type of team they're going against. And the great thing about them so far as I've observed, is that they have the wherewithal and the flexibility, champs wise, to do that and to have the willingness to step back and play the tanks in top lane when we need to and let our ADC carry. Or if we have like a better matchup at top lane, to play like more supportive towards our top laner, giving our top laner more resources and stuff like that. It seems like FreeSM not only like has really good laners, but they can also play to a couple different styles, which can be very intimidating.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting to see how these teams kind of square up against each other. Because you have that pretty powerful solo lanes from FreeSM versus it's not just Astros in mid lane when you look at these teams. Copt has had such a phenomenal time weak siding on in top lane this entire season. Has been pretty much like hard countering every single split pusher we have in the league. Casual Plebs is by and far and away the best frontliner that I think we have in the league on that Scion and on his other tank junglers. And Dingus Slayer's really grown into his own space in this team, playing the Brand and playing the Seraphine super duper well, and even things like Ziggs. So drafting from Chumbawumbas is pretty interesting, but FreeSM also has their own Seraphine player in the bot lane with Black and Blue, so that's probably going to be a pretty contested pick. What do you think?
I do agree. I think that Seraphine will be contested pick. Like, it's going to be interesting because I know Brand's also on like the table for both teams relatively as well. Be interesting to see that because I know Chumbawamba's like Brand, and while it's been played in both support and ADC, there's obviously like flexibility, possible mid, possible jungle. Very unlikely because it doesn't seem like it'd match with their identity as a team. But it also has been played by mid. I'm unsure if Fells played it, and I'm pretty sure Black and Blue could probably play it as well. So there's a lot of like flex picks that are like kind of contested. Me getting called out in the chat by Timberland. To be fair, I know Chumba is just like they're very much like a really good team. I'm just being a consistent doubter, okay? I'm gonna stay consistent. Once like Chumba started to like really rack up wins, and then I lost against Chumba because I got top gapped by Cop. Rest in peace, me. Um,
And we're into draft for game and
But-
number one.
we ban away the Yone. It's the Astros tax.
Yeah. I mean, the Astros tax has been hurting every team so far, and it makes them so hard to draft against, even though they in on paper and in appearance they seem to have this like one style of play, but it's not really the case. But you still do have to respect ban that Yone just from how strong the champion is, and it usually will see things like Yasuo, Smolder, and kind of hard priority towards getting a counter pick. But for Chumbawumbas, they're looking at, hey, do we ban out the top laner? Do we ban out like that Volibear tech from Delta? Do we get rid of the Zyra and try and figure out a way to deal with the Brand from Hot Guy? Do we even like self-ban Seraphine? There's so many prio picks here from both these teams that it's going to be interesting to see what gets traded around, because there's a lot of shared champions, but different ways that they're used.
Yeah, I'd like to see some interesting ideas created in drafts, like maybe letting some champs through because you have like a specific champ that you want to draft instead into it. I'm always a big fan of sometimes letting comfort picks through if you have had enough preparation time to like practice something.
Well, it seems like we've jumped a little bit forward in time, and
we have.
all okay. Not super surprising bands from Chumbawumbas. Amumu, Zyra, Brand, And then two of those frontline champions actually from banned by FreeSM against casual plebs. And the Seraphine block-up does leave Smolder and Maokai open for Chumbawumbas. They do really like those champions. The Maokai can go flex in jungle and top lane, and Smolder is just an Astros masterclass, but of course a counter from Syndra could throw a wrench in things.
I will say, I do feel like the Senna Seraphine as a combo against Smolder. Smolder feels like it takes a while to like actually kill people at certain times, even in late game. Like obviously the execute is like really OP and really strong, and that's what you play for. But it will be hard to kill them through that much sustain with Senna Seraphine, in my opinion. But we pick up the Timmy Classic in Sona. Pretty crazy. Unexpected. So unexpected.
So unexpected. I mean, it's interesting to see both these supports busting out with enchanters. It's not something we see too often, but it's not a forgotten class. Everyone knows how annoying and how hard they are to deal with, especially when we get to late game. So when these two late game scaling brutes of teams meet each other, how are they going to pilot this? And right now I'm looking at Chumba, and you're right, the Smolder takes a lot longer to kill people than the Syndra. Syndra's going to burst you with 1500 HP plus that execute on the ultimate. But the Smolder, those Qs, it's going to take like 2 or 3 extra ones to get through. And that's all the time you could really need in a team fight.
I do like the Zac ban as well. It's obviously one of casuals played champs, and I feel like can be really annoying to deal with. We have 3 champions that don't have dashes. Obviously, Syndra can kind of peel, and so can Seraphine. But if Zac gets one good engage in a team fight, the team fight's kind of just won. So I'm good. I'm glad to see that banned out. Also, Rise, we saw a bit from Astros. As per usual, Astros just being consistent, CSing well, playing champs well. Very scary as well, but
Yeah, I do need to see something that's going to bridge Chumba to the Smolder because, of course, it does take like 23, 24 minutes to get to this power spike. And Udyr is something, right? But we're saving this last pick for the ADC because Smolder obviously can still flex bot lane here. Astro's probably wanting to see a little more, not just the Syndra. Even though it's like the mid lane matchup, maybe he wants to see the jungler, he wants to see the top laner. Maybe he could bust out Yasuo here because they do have the knockup on the Maokai.
I think in my opinion this is most likely a Dingus Slayer Smolder, because we probably should be giving our strongest member the counter pick, and they have consistently throughout the season flexed Smolder to bot and mid. It's usually a champion that makes it very vague for how they're gonna play out the draft, like for mid laner or ADC.
Yeah, but Wukong's a good way to stop that, of course. Even more, you've got Dive, you've got the Syndra Scatter of the Week, and you've got Sustain from the Seraphine and Senna. So something to deliver that Seraphine ult's, of course, another thing. One of probably the league's most iconic champion pairings nowadays, being the Volibear and Delta Centaria. Bin Jack's Delta Centaria Volibear is going to be pretty hard to match for Chumbawumbas here, but I'm interested to see how Cop's going to do it.
It'll be interesting. Oh, we pull out the Anivia. Yeah, I
Hey,
feel like
yo.
we pull out the Burb. Burb is the Werb, apparently. I haven't seen an Anivia in a while. I feel like it used to be more consistently seen, especially I think on like Envy would play it a bunch. There's some other Anivia players in Valhalla, but
Yeah. But that's something I noted earlier. What are you really going to use to get to this late game? Are you just going to like so reliably not die and control the map that you're not going to have to worry about it? But then you might be giving up 2 dragons and both grubs, and at that point that could be too much because for FreeSM they have that scaling bot lane, but that Wukong, Volibear, and Syndra all have options at second, third, and fourth dragons so much easier than the Zenivia and the Smolder. So I'm curious to see how Chumba is really going to make it to that point because all they can really do is either force with numbers or just find really good picks.
yeah. And I'm also curious because it's not even necessarily that FreeSM gets outscaled. It really depends on what the Sun is going for. If she's going really heavy Enchanter, I feel like Chamba does realistically outscale hard, but I think skirmishes probably favor them a little bit harder due to the sustain. But if we're going for a more heavy AD Senna that can get scaled up, I feel like ironically, FreeSM does eventually like outscale Chumbas. Obviously, you'd have to get to a really like very late game, in my opinion. But range is one of the most hard scaling things in the game. So
Also, a quick shout out: the gamble is up for the first game of the finals. Get your points in there for which team you think is going to take game one.
I'm hedging. Oh my god.
Just naturally hedging, of course. Um, so we're talking about so much scaling and bridges. Eli, would you understand like what bridging means?
It's like it's the Fudge quote where he plays Renekton to bridge the gap for his team. Do you know that one? I mean, you might not, but
I
it's a lot
I
of
know it,
like
but maybe the audience doesn't.
earlier game champions to because we need a lane with priority so that we can like rotate to objectives. We have lanes shoved out, which makes it easier for us to get vision and then set up for an objective and actually get objectives instead of just seeding every single objective on the map. Because if we're seeding grubs and then we're seeding dragon because we have no prio in our lanes, we're just gonna lose because they're just gonna accrue such a mass amount of like gold lead and objective lead that it's the scaling won't matter by the time it gets online. So
Quick shout
Yeah.
out to Malco in the chat. Thank you for the Prime sub. You get your 30 days of love from Valhalla Esports.
For sure. 14 months is a long time to be subscribing, even with the Prime sub. So thank you very much. We should be getting pretty close. I feel like the lobby should be going now. These teams are relatively quick, or
They're drafting currently.
let's go.
big
Yeah, I never
big.
like. Yeah, a lot of what we need to see is just how these teams are going to pilot into the game because we can talk about scaling and bridging, but all of this comes down to execution. Both teams kind of have a pretty obvious thing they want to do. They want to either, if you're FreeSM, you're trying to dragon stack into souls and try and just turn that into something with your early game prowess, and then you're there, your enchanters are ready to go. And if you're uh, Chumbawumbas, it's how are we going to use this Udyr to make shit happen, right?
Yeah,
Because he's really the only champion. Like Anivia stun and wall is going to help a lot, and Maokai has CC, but Boulder isn't really going to do damage, and God, I can't remember the support. Why can't I remember the support? I feel so bad. Sona,
Sona.
Sona is
It's the
like
Tim
Sona.
Jim.
Yeah, the Tim Sona. Sorry, but the big problem is what are we going to do when we get like you can meet at 5v5 at Dragon. Sona's going to walk up, press ult, and just get scattered, get Seraphine ulted. So you need someone to frontline, and I mean of all people in the league, it's casual plebs to do that.
That's true. Very, very consistent. Always shown that insane frontlining ability on Scion in really a lot of the champions I plays. It just feels like, I think we've talked about this before, but you said he's the best person at frontlining in the league for sure. But also gotta make sure we shout out. Did we shout out Malco
Yeah, we
for
did.
30? Okay. I have hearing problems, I guess. Sorry, but thanks Malco for the prime. Smile. We love you.
Smile. All
Sure,
right.
sure.
Predictions are locked in, and it's going to be pretty close down the center, but 5 people in favor of FreeSM on the predictions, 3 people in favor of Chumbawumbas, but the rich favor Chumbawumbas. So
I got the
make sure,
hedge in.
yeah, you got the barely hedge in.
Barely hedge.
Yeah, the barely the hedge in. Haven't lost on Sona. Ooh, thanks for the little bit of a lore drop there, Tim.
Undefeated.
Undefeated Sona. I didn't even know that. So undefeated Sona. Going to be challenging. Of course, we're going to that 3-minute spec delay. So, is there
Positive
any
making me
like?
blush.
is there any matchup you really want to talk about, Eli Wood?
It's kind of obviously I like think about top lane, but I'm curious to see actually, which is funny, bot lane how it's gonna like go out. Like, is like FreeSM gonna accrue a solid lead with like the champions that they have, or how is Chumba gonna play it? Are they gonna play it like really passively just for farm? Does that mean we see like dragons and stuff? Because I feel like early objectives obviously uh, should be favored to whichever team has priority over lane, because they can just easily rotate towards those objectives. So I'm curious actually to see the bot side because while it definitely is Volibear favored at Maokai, Cop usually will not do anything to make top lane interesting, if that makes any sense.
The interest comes from his consistency more so than anything else. But then
Yes, which is what he's great at.
yeah, and that puts so much pressure on Delta to make something happen on this Volibear. Because if you're, I mean, you can go into mid game even, but what his threat is getting through that Udyr and through that Anivia with the ultimate and just making a play. And if you're not able to have that damage or that tank to soak up from having from having a lead, you know, what real use are you other than just delivering Seraphine ult? And I mean, that can be his job, but I feel like he does need to have that just a little extra in order to make in order to make it work. But I think in bot lane, something interesting we need to note is the Seraphine is almost always paired up with an Ashe in bot lane to add that slow. Senna has a slow on her Q, so I think unironically not a bad item for the Senna to pick up this game would be rapid fire cannon or RFC. So maybe we keep our eye out for that. And I hope and pray we don't see the normal Black Cleaver build because you have a Black Cleaver champion already in Wukong.
Plus his Q as well.
Yeah, plus his Q as well. So you don't really need armor shard. So it's going to be full Enchanter bot lane here. And that honestly puts pressure on Chumbawumbas to make it happen. Even though they're technically the lower salary bot lane, they really haven't looked like it at all. So it's going to be a lot of pressure on Dingus Slayer to make something happen on the Smolder and Timberland to kind of keep that undefeated Sona going. But we should be going into game here real soon.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Chumbawumbas, even like their, in quotation marks, lower salary players have definitely had a lot of highlights throughout the season, like playing up or like better against their opponents. They've had like really influential moments, whether it's in team fights, laning. Like it's not like obviously there's a reason why they're in the finals right now. They all can perform, and sometimes people would, I guess, would say overperform what their salary says they are, but they know what they're doing, kind of.
We've got Team
put it
Foreskin
simplified.
going on for Chumba.
That sounds bad.
What?
He said Team Foreskin.
Yeah. I heard him. What do you
That's
mean,
crazy.
sir?
Huh?
Yeah,
Nothing.
4
I
out
don't
of
mean
5
anything by it.
skins.
Yeah, 4 out of 5 skins.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I'm sorry. I missed that part of the script. My bad.
Yeah, Hailstorm even shared the script, and we still
Oh,
missed.
I didn't get it. Sorry.
Caster's fault. Damn.
I didn't have time to read it. I was with my
I
family.
can't
It's
read,
okay.
so.
Oh, okay. Well, then how'd
Should have
you?
read
Okay.
the script to your family so they knew it.
Should have read my script to the family so that way they know that I'd have a foreskin joke snuck in. All good though. Teams are 5-pointing. Both these teams have been pretty tame in their early games, and they don't really have the tools necessary to make something happen unless Volibear starts stun, which at that point, what are we doing there? So it's going to be pretty calm. Maybe a little bit of a ward action. Looks like Mothra could get something down. Other than that, though, we're going to be just seeing some farming, and with farming it means yapping.
Kazuto calling for the 3-0 once again. Nah, we're breaking that this
Yeah.
season.
And Bot also in chat saying, hope for no 3-0 curse. The lore is that every finals that we've had has always been a 3-0. Crazy.
We broke the first seed falling out from what, like season 3 and 4. So now we're gonna break
the Los
3-0s.
Namanas one as well, which
Yeah,
is they
broke
win
Los Namanas.
odd seasons.
It's the season of breaking curses.
Yeah.
But now
It's
you've
been-
cursed the breaking curses.
Ah,
So now it's
shit.
gonna be a 3-0.
Damn it.
That's in the skit or in the script again. I mean the actual script we're looking at is how much plot armor could Chumbawumbas have, because there are people calling out in chat like, man, this FreeSM draft looks just so impossible to play against. But we've said this at least 3 weeks in a row watching Chumbawumbas. So I'm pretty sure every time there's been some point in draft where like, how are they going to play against us? And they just find a way. So it is going to be that kind of like plot armor versus consistency. But you can see Delta Centauri is getting a bit of an advantage here in top lane already.
Ooh, nice E. Oh my god,
Oh my
Tim's
lord.
The FreeSM getting both prio on level 2 in bot and top, able to commit big trades. Oh my, jeez. That's scary. Especially
Yeah,
with Seraphine Q execute, holy.
Yeah, it's doing so much damage already. That's the pressure that you're kind of using to get that mismatch down, and that maybe it does kind of hurt early game. That Electric definitely puts in a little bit of work, and the mismatches and TPs could pose a little bit of a threat come late game when we're able to make it to there. That Nivea wave clear is just I feel like it's a lot more consistent than Seraphine. I feel like they're both gonna be able to match each other just fine. Junglers splitting sides, nothing crazy though.
Yep. Kazuto saying that he's to blame for the 3-0 chat, the 3-0 curse in finals. So we know who the culprit is, who started it all. Oh,
It had to start somewhere.
Yeah. Had to start somewhere. We've got Patient Zero in chat.
Patient Zero. Man. Why'd you have to do that, Kazuto?
Yeah, why'd you have to go do that?
Why'd you also wait?
Get
You
this guy.
also started the one seed falling out as well.
I'm calling him out.
Wait
Oh
a
my
minute. That's calling me out too. No.
God. My bad, my bad.
My bad. All good.
Oh,
Hey, bad. It's kind of our fault. I mean,
they're
these
being
kill
kind
shots
of
go wide, but they're putting in,
abusive.
yeah, they're putting in so much pressure. Tim's
they
Oom
don't
now.
have a lot. Yeah, both of them
Yeah, no
don't have a lot of
mana, but they're still getting this trade down. Those minions are also putting in a lot of work. Fell caught out. The
Ooh,
root
nice
though, gonna
E!
land double root. The Seraphine doing so much damage. Mothra's here in the bot lane. The root's gonna come down again. Dingaslayer forced to flash. Tim also forced to flash. One shot. The Mothra's just gonna get in range for a little bit. The flash black for it. Black
Beautiful.
and blue finding the Q. First blood for FreeSM.
Yeah. It seemed like the Dingaslayer and Timberland thought they had a little bit of time to trade back damage, but they were as you were talking about, and then they had to use all their summoner spells. We only had
to
to
die.
use, yeah, just to die, and that kind of feels bad.
Yeah. It's never good when that happens. You feel like you have that advantage. You feel like the enemy's running away, but they're running away for a reason. Cop's also losing a lot of HP. This bear's pretty strong as well, and he's also so should be forced to TP here or try and farm under his tower. Delta Centauri has a chance.
In the wise words of Tyler One, you're out of mana!
You're out of mana. He's gonna flash forward onto the tower, but
my
he flashed
God!
out the auto. It's one auto. Delta Centauri is also one shot. Cop doesn't have a mana to return. Oh,
Oh
they're
my
so
God.
close.
I respect
even close.
Delta for doing that.
I do
just
too.
a little bit unlucky. I
Yeah,
think
he just canceled
he
an
needed
auto.
to fit in. Yeah, he needed to fit in that auto. But that can be like really tough because sometimes when you're diving, especially as a top laner, you don't know sometimes if you need to fit in an extra auto, and that can mean an extra tower shot, which can mean you dying. So I understand. Like sometimes it's a mechanical mistake. Sometimes it's just like, oh, I overestimated my damage a little bit.
Yeah, but at the same time, even if you die in that 1-for-1 there, you're still denying all of that XP and all of that farm. It's gonna come out into net positive
Oh,
for you.
casual.
Casual is bot lane here. Black and blue does still have that root and the center layered on top of it. He's just kind of getting locked up. Running into Seraphine Senna is not doing too good.
Yeah. Seems like he had a root problem. Was not able to deal with it.
Not able to deal with it. Not quite.
Yeah, he was trying to square off with him. Oh, my math, no.
But he
sorry.
is. Yeah, but he is mid lane as well, getting this gank. He's gonna force that flash from Hawkeye 6-pack. I think they just spotted out that Mothra was in that mid lane as well. Maybe the extra damage coming out from Leandri's, but due to like Cop living on that dive, he's doing perfectly fine as top lane. Though I wish to see some sort of tank bot off that reset.
Yeah. Just have the tier. It's gonna feel a little bit bad, especially since we have the Sheen on volley. Volley's trades are gonna hurt.
Cop said,
Volleyball.
Cop said I want the skill
Volleyball.
too, so we got the tier.
Yeah, he wanted to join his teammates. In solidarity, Chumbawumbas will be scaling the entire game. They're down quite a bit of gold. That stun going to land from Hawkeye. On his Hawkeye 6-pack, he's
No
super
flash.
low. This E is going to come out from Astros, and that's going to be a kill. Mid lane, solo dolo for FreeSM. They're going to try and even up that gold disadvantage that's been growing in these side lanes.
Yeah, that's gonna also hurt, especially since we don't have TP and we're running Ignite. It's gonna be pretty unfortunate for our mid laner there. But Tim's
Tim's caught out. Black and blue is gonna get that double Q from Seraphine, doing so much damage. This is what I was talking about in draft. There's no way for Chumbo to contest this. Astros is also him. He's just gonna be trying to get his way out of there. Casual Pups on this dragon. He's probably gonna trade his life for it. The steal could be coming out. He's gonna get it, but it could be meaning his life. 2-for-0 for the dragon as well, though. Actually, Dingaslayer is also in this fight. Maybe trying to die in solidarity. Fell so low, but just barely gonna make it out. Dingaslayer is going to also die. Chumbo lost too much for the dragon.
Yeah. I think that was a good job by Mothra for actually jumping off the drag and not taking that extra damage. I mean, yes, we lose drag, but it feels like a little bit better to maintain our health pool out there. So I think that's a really smart call. because he also seemed like he was going to get pinched by Chumba as well. So I think a really nice play there. Unfortunate that we lose drag, but I feel like winning that fight's more important. Holy moly, this Seraphine's ahead.
Yeah, the Seraphine is so ahead. That's before the reset from this 3-0, and the Seraphine's going to be able to wave clear to the end of time. Comp caught out in top lane, should be able to walk it out with that aftershock. Not really going to take too much damage from this Volibear. Looks like he's also opting into that Frozen Gauntlet build, so going to be a pretty good frontliner for this FreeSM dive comp. But the big thing I was talking about in draft was how is Chumbo going to contest these dragons? And it's just, when you are contesting those dragons, you're not going to have any tools once you're there. You saw them, they got in, casual plebs, they had to immediately give out space. Tim got caught out, Dingus Slayer got caught out, Astra's had no mana and wasn't able to TP back to lane, and because of that, they lose so much for it, and I feel like it almost just wasn't worth it.
Yeah, I have to agree. I feel like it wasn't worth it. The getting that accelerated on the Seraphine is pretty terrifying for me. I feel like Seraphine is definitely a huge win condition for this team. Oh my god, that's
so low. The bear doing so much damage, and it's going to be a Grizzly diff in the top lane, a solo kill for Delta Zentaria.
Yeah, this man is, look, he's making sure Cop knows he's galaxies ahead of him, if reference.
So Cop rushed the Bramble Vest to try to cut the W healing from Volley. I don't know if it's something you need to get immediately. It'll be nice for fighting later, but
yeah,
kind of needs other stats to make it through lane phase.
Yeah, when we saw that damage from Volley, it was the ease, right? That just did so much more damage.
Ease, yeah, like you Q and get that ease drop right on top.
Oh, wait a minute. Seraphine got on top like the double ult from this FreeSM bot lane. Sona saving Dingus Slayer for now. He has to flash out. Tim has the flash too. He might have to burn it. The Smolder out though, going to keep them sustained for a little bit longer. The root is going to land. Mothra's just doesn't even need to dive. Black and Blue's going to get that kill in the bot lane. This Wukong, the Monkey King in the bot lane, get a dive tower and claim Dingus Slayer. This is an 0-5 bot lane for Chumba. How are they going to scale?
I don't know. This is kind of what I was talking about. I felt like the presence of Seraphine Senna was going to be a little bit rough. I didn't expect it to be like this.
Yeah, no.
I'm not saying that. But, yeah, it feels like it's just so tough to fight against, I feel like. And once you start running away, it feels kind of hard to run away because Seraphine's cooldowns, especially as it gets later and later into the game, her cooldowns are going to get more and more annoying. But well played by Black and Blue and Fell there. They just were like, we're taking this fight. We're just gonna... And then good job by Mothra following up.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like, good discipline. You wanted to even give his bot lane time just to get the little 2v2 kill just sitting there. We also saw Hawkeye 6-pack roaming. Fell going to get a little caught out, but I don't quite think it's going to matter. Maybe Casual Pleb's getting it turned onto Mothra, going to get engaged. He doesn't have that Monkey King ult, but is super low on this. Ooh, here is just gone, and that's going to be second set of grubs claimed and traded for FreeSM.
Yeah, Mothra playing a different game. Mothra thought this guy was a god and just said smite him. And we should get grubs off this. If Volibear can rotate, Maokai looking a little caught out. This is looking like a pretty awkward position for Chumba.
I don't know what he's doing here. They're trying to sustain with the Sona, but she doesn't quite do enough damage. Mothra, though, getting chunked out, forcing the TP from the Seraphine. Isn't able to get stopped, so it's going to be a 5v5. FreeSM losing that Seraphine TP to guarantee these grubs. They got the Delta Centauri room as well. He has flashed. Maybe they want the fight, but it looks like Chumbawumbas is far enough away, so just the grubs claimed and TP lost, so some plate pickups in the bot lane for Chumbawumbas as well.
Yeah, I feel like that's not the worst thing for Chumba. They also got flashes off of Senna, which is always nice. Senna's, if she mispositions once, gets really hard punished when she doesn't have flash, so that could be a really useful tool to think about. Hopefully they can keep that on their mind about that timer, because that could be important to punish.
Yeah.
We still get grubs, but this Smolder is able to get some free farm, which can be a little bit scary. But
yeah, but if we take like a look at this gold difference on this gold graph, we can see 64 stacks for the Smolder. But if we take a look at the gold graph, it's gonna be X on your keyboard. Should be X.
It's broken again.
No.
Oh no, it's broken.
It's broken again.
Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties. We can't check this gold graph, but we can see the total gold there, about 4,000 gold at 12 minutes.
What the hell?
Yeah, that Q cooldown's so low. Seraphine's coming back. Already has the Seraphs, 222 stacks. Also on it already. Tim can dodge on that root, but just It don't matter. He's losing so much HP. Oh, stun lane on Astros. The flash forward from Delta Centauri. And the Syndrome cutting it. The egg form is forced out. Astros going to try and live. Mothra's also going to land on this. The bear is here. The tower shut down. Casual Pub's going to die under his own tower. Just barely going to get it. Fell, claiming the kill 2 for 1. Yeah, shutdown claimed by the Udyr, but I still feel like that dive's worth.
It definitely feels worth, I feel like. They also get a lot of, they get tower platings, 2 for 1. I feel like that's worth in my mind.
Yeah, it's so, oh my lord, what are you doing there, Tim? He's gonna lose his flash.
Yeah. Although Cop in the side lane is getting a decent amount of tower damage himself, so it's not the worst, but it doesn't feel like we're getting the gold on our carries, which can feel kind of bad. Like, getting gold on a tank to be more tanky, sometimes, like, it's like, yeah, that feels good at certain points, but, like, especially when we have a scaling team like this, we definitely want the gold on our carries.
Yeah, Cop almost claimed this tower. Yeah, he's gonna get ran down by the Fully. He got the tower in the meantime, just barely missing those plates, so, almost got first tower solo. Honestly, would have been, maybe it would have been worth it just to stay there and get it. I don't quite know.
I think he could have, because
yeah, he definitely could have.
Volibear used R, and he has flash as well. Plus, he has his ultimate ability. So I think it's very much like
it could have been something. Yeah, it could have been just like a way back into this game, but it feels so desperate. Oh,
Casual's and a little bit caught out.
Yeah, speaking of desperate, randomly invading your enemy's jungle at 14 minutes with no lane priority. The Seraphine ult is going to get extended from Mothra, and that's going to be the root lane on the Casual Pubs. The Sona all forced out, trying to peel out this Udyr.
Oh my god,
the Seraphine damage is huge. The Senna is AD, so there's so much damage coming from her as well.
That Seraphine is so accelerated, man. Yeah. Oh, but Hawkeye 6-pack.
Yeah, it could be another solo duel. The wall's going to... Oh my lord, the Syndra!
Oh my.
I guess we're wrong.
We've been proven wrong. He put his balls on his face! Holy!
Hey, yo. Pause.
Sorry,
oh, no. Pause, I mean. Dingus Slayer under his tower, but it's not safe, brother.
Yeah, FreeSM didn't hear us say pause. Chumba heard us say pause.
Chumba, they just want a breather at some point. FreeSM's just absolutely demolishing them. Is this at the point of the game where you start looking to next draft, or is there a way to come back?
I mean, it's Chumba, so I wouldn't be surprised if they are able to pull together a team fight or something. But it does feel really bad, and my mind might be drifting to next game. But I feel like Chumba is definitely one of those teams where it's not that it doesn't matter, but they have enough experience with something like this that they're not like, okay, they're not in shambles or anything. I think there's still ways for them to like win, because I feel like if Anivia gets a good W and splits up the team, especially with having immobile carries, people who can't jump over walls, could be really good. And we could like split up a fight or something. But we can play to Smolder scaling, as Blitz talks about. Can we get a stack check for mid and ADC?
Yeah, for Syndra right now. There's actually 2 fights going on. One in this top lane. The Black Willow's getting cut down by Casual Plebs. He's forced to flash out. The Seraphine not quite strong enough to turn onto Casual Plebs. So losing that flash is going to be pretty important. 1 minute to this dragon. I feel like that's pretty important.
That definitely feels important, especially since we're immobile. As I was talking about before, it's going to be hard. Make it harder if Anivia gets a good wall off into R. So Seraphine can't overstep whatsoever now. Volibear punishing a little bit here.
Yeah, he's kind of putting in a little bit of work right now. It feels like, I mean, FreeSM feels a little lost. They don't know what to do with their advantage at times, personally, but Dingus Slayer's gonna get caught by that Senna root. Mothra here in top lane doesn't want to pull the trigger.
Tower.
Yeah, they're just playing to kill this tower, and then they can make this play.
Oh, nice.
Mothra finally gonna go. Dingus Slayer, had to flash. It's a good flash, but Hawkeye's gonna land a good scatter to the back lane, but there's no one to follow up on it. The Smolder Art's gonna keep him out for just a little bit longer, but the Seraphine ult is gonna lock up with Casual Plebs and Tim solo. Casual Plebs finally gonna fall. Mothra also dying, traded 1 for 1. That's forcing the TP out from this Maokai. Maokai maybe trying to return the ult with the root. Yeah, from Fell on the Senna is gonna keep the fight from being returned, but 1 for 1. Chumba lost the tower too.
Yeah, that's gotta feel I mean, not the worst for Chumba, but it just doesn't feel like the greatest. I was thinking once we got Dingus Flash, we didn't need to it felt like a tiny bit of an overextension, but they made it work. So, I mean, who am I to judge at that point? If the
Yeah.
play has some success, I'm
Yeah,
just
this
glad
is
that his team followed up on their call.
Yeah, for sure. This is the point in game where you have so much gold where really everything you do is correct. So it's just about if you make the play, is it not so horrendous and so poorly executed that it becomes incorrect? Right? So like those are the dives that you as Chumbawumbas are looking at to be like, hey, can we exploit this? So maybe Cop could have TV'd a little sooner and been there and stacked the numbers in advantage because the fight was actually pretty close to winnable. The Smolder though is pretty far behind in stacks there. I think we saw like under 100 at 18 minutes.
So we got 84 for Syndra, and how many do we have for Smolt?
It was like
I didn't see it.
94 or 96.
Yeah.
Okay, at 18, ooh. Yeah, that definitely has to hurt, because the floor did not happen during that lane. It was not able to get a lot of the CS.
Casual
So,
decided not
pushing
to
a
match
tier
his team
2.
this game and didn't buy a tier.
Oh.
Cry about it.
Wait, that
Everyone
is
else has
4
one.
tiers. Yeah, 4 tiers.
Oh
they're
my-
definitely playing this up. Yeah, Mothra to flash out
Ooh.
out of his own Anivia wall actually, so not quite good. But it's still fine. The bottom outer
get
towers
tier
are
2.
gone. Yeah, you get the tier 2 bot lane. It's not terrible. They're going to be taking out these jungle camps as well. So Chumbawumbas is just getting starred from their own gold at 19 minutes into the game.
I like this. We have a massive gold lead. We need to let them know that we have a massive gold lead.
Yeah, it's slapping them with their wallet. So I have a hard time seeing how Chumba's gonna be able to pilot these late game fights, especially with the gold deficit. We can't really see it on a per character basis, but we can take a little bit of a guess and think this Seraphine's probably like 2,000, 3,000 ahead of the Smolder. So how do you really pilot against a Fed Seraphine?
It can be really tough. I think as before, like Seraphine's immobile, it's more of a situation feels like that we kind of just need a burster. But the team feels a little bit difficult to get to Seraphine. It feels like Seraphine has to overextend or something. So maybe playing around vision and then playing around a flank so that we can find a moment where Seraphine doesn't understand that she's not in a position she can be. And then like just jumping the Seraphine. It feels like we need to make sure her flash is off, because as long as Anivia's there, it feels like Seraphine should die, because Anivia wall will just make it so that she literally can't run away, and then Anivia R will slow her, plus CC.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see trying to maybe play for a small pocket of vision, or just trying to pull the trigger on any of the 3 immobile carries.
Mm-hmm. Copped a little like finding his own pick, but he might get picked on himself. The ignite can be used from Hawkeye 6 pack. This global from the Senna cutting down Cobb. Mothra also there. Hawkeye cleaning up the kill. That should honestly be Baron for FreeSM. A little bit of a blunder.
Yeah, he thought he had the man advantage, but unfortunately Senna is there. Well, in spirit, but also physically there with her gun, headshotting him. But backing off, feeling like this is doing a little bit too much damage. We can just wait. We have Senna and Seraphine sustain. It's not like we can't do this. I do like the Volley Bear pushing out top here. We want some sort of pressure on the map. We also have bot lane moving forward.
Yeah, I feel like you use that Baron though as an excuse to fight, not to run. You're so far ahead, 9,000 at that point. It's about just causing a fight. You need to force Chumba to really fight you at this point, because Chumba's just gonna run. They've got the Sona. They can really make it out. So you need some reason for them to fight you, and I think that's one of them where Delta probably could have just pulled the flash on this Volley Bear. Seraphine could have flashed, and it looks like they are gonna pull this fight, forcing the flash from Tim under the tower. But Casual Blitz actually caught in the back lane. Fell, gonna die. He's taking the tower. Gonna die. Casual Blitz found the flank. This could be the fight. Black and Blue also super low. Casual Blitz trying to clean up this kill. The Seraphine also gonna get used, but that's Cop claiming the shutdown onto Seraphine. Casual Blitz still in the back lane. He's still living. Hawkeye also low. Has to flash out from this Udyr ult. Wait, Mothra's also dead in there.
Baron.
That could be Baron. It's at least going to be mid tower. That's a comeback for Chumba.
Oh my god. They kind of did exactly what I was talking about. The immobile. They got into like Casual just waiting on the flank, sitting around, and they just overplayed their hand a bit. trying to go for that tier 2, and Volley tried to engage. Well, Fel was still tanking tower because of the red buff, because he auto attacked somebody with rapid fire cannon.
Oh.
But
Wait, Delta got caught out.
Oh my
On
god.
the volley bear, he had flash. Where are you going, buddy?
Squishy Senna!
There's
No!
Squishy Senna is gonna die under the tower. FreeSM
There
is
goes
going to
Cop.
find a return kill on the Cop, but FreeSM, they're getting sloppy. They don't know what to do with their gold. They've got too much money in the pawn shop.
Yeah, I'm also maybe not a fan of just going for tier 2. I feel like we can get tier 1 and then go into Baron, and maybe we don't have the damage. Maybe that's why. I feel like as
Oh, Mothra
Mothra
engaging onto
kills.
Timberland. Timberland is no man. He's gonna
well,
get the
that's a good
kill.
pick.
Yeah, Chumbo staying around a little too long before this dragon. This is gonna be third dragon
TP's from
lost.
top laner, and our top laner for FreeSM is going to be up sooner. And us being
Mhm.
on objective first, I feel like is definitely favored for FreeSM since we have Seraphine.
Yeah, they are gonna be able to get casual pubs and try and get over this wall. Is gonna use the is gonna try and use
He's
the
on
hex
Senna.
gate. He's on
Oh,
Senna.
no,
He's gonna try
Senna!
and kill Senna again.
You walked the
Senna
wrong
might
way!
die again. The Leandres might kill him.
Oh my
Barely
God,
gonna live. Wait, the Seraphine's locking down casual plebs. The Udyr's gonna fall. Oh, flash away from Dingus, but the Holy Stone gonna catch him out. Dingus just trying to make his way out. I feel like that's a no, not a dead smolder, but Astro's walked a
Oh
little too
my
far
God,
forward.
the
The bear's
bird?
gonna find him. Cop isn't able to frontline. You can't stop this bear. Dingus, where are you going? He's gonna get caught out running back into the Tribush face, checking it with no vision. Cop trying to make his way out with the blast plane is going to be able to, but he's doomed his team. Syndra,
scatter of the
the
week.
scatter, is just calling the week of Chumba, and Chumba is gonna just lose their Anivia. Cop should die for this ace eventually, but that's gonna be a huge team fight win for FreeSM.
Holy. And we got drag. That feels very, very bad. That was a
Just-
crazy log fight.
It's in the understatement of the season. That was a bad fight.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, once we lost jeez, I can't even remember who we lost as Chumbo, but we lost somebody, and then we really just needed to seed drag at that point, and we couldn't really fight for it
Udyr.
because we were late. Oh dear.
No, so that was after
Anyway.
the fight. It was Sona that got caught out beforehand, but Udyr went for this weird steal because I think he thought he could smite during Hex Gate. Thankfully, Riot thought a little bit ahead and said that might be a little too OP, and got rid of that. But FreeSM is really back in full control. That was a pretty worrying swing. That Baron teamfight win from Chumbawumbas put them about 4,000 within reach, which is pretty manageable. But now FreeSM back in the driver's seat, 7,000 gold lead. They've got all the vision they need. It's not quite as deep as I'd like it, but they've got the vision they really need, and they've got the gold to win any fight they want.
Yeah, and it feels weird, like because obviously Chumba didn't end up going for Baron. It feels like as Chumba, once we get that, like we should be trying to like slow down this game. This game felt very accelerated for this entirety of it, like setting up for that next drag that we could have instead of fighting. Like the things that we could have done since we just scrounged back, like a significant portion of that lead, feels like we just slipped through our hands. It feels like the opportunity slipped through our hands a bit, and I'm not sure. Maybe they'll find another opportunity. Maybe they'll find another fight like that. But
Yeah,
you have to take advantage of the mistakes that they give you.
yeah. We don't know how many more times FreeSM is really going to overextend off of those plays, because that's been pretty uncharacteristic from them. They've usually been a fairly tight team. Even though they've been loose in their early games, their late game's fairly tight, albeit a little shallow in the vision. Mothra, they're going to engage onto casual plebs. He was rooted by the Senna. It's not going to matter, though. You're engaging on that tanky Udyr, so he's just going to walk his way out. It looks like he took no damage thanks to that empowered W.
Yep.
Oh,
Yup. Dingus is
huge!
There
The
goes the
scatter
bot lane.
found him. The Seraphine flash forward with the ult. It's the bot lane from Chumbawumbas falling, and that's Baron for FreeSM.
Timmy needs to lock in. Unlucky.
Might have also been the self-curse from Timmy calling out he never lost on the Sona.
I know, Timmy. Why'd you say that? You would have won this game. And that's also jinxing. We don't know if
We don't.
who's won this game so far. Okay.
Yeah, our
Bacon
script doesn't say who
stinking.
wins.
Yeah,
Who wins?
I'm countering the curse, you know.
Yeah. Good job, Hale. Somebody has to make the game more entertaining.
For For sure. And with casual plebs also kind of answering to that Volibear split push bot, the Volibear's pretty big threat even with all of these tank items. We're seeing these squishy members from Chumbawumbas falling. Oh, good red buff
Not
steal
to
actually
see
by casual plebs. I like that vision play.
Yeah, if Delta paid
Oh,
attention to his map, he would have realized that was happening because the red buff would have still shown up as spawned.
hmm.
That's the trick to it, but really well played by Casual. It's just a little bit of a... It's a hindsight thing that you don't, like, really think about.
Yeah, he learns about it because we say it on cast.
Yeah, but it's like, is it that big of a
Hi,
deal?
Brian.
Shrug shoulders. But this next drag will be very important. So I would really like to see FreeSM create pockets of vision, covering
Honestly,
multiple different entrances so that we
yeah.
can understand where the opponents are coming from.
Yeah, they need to get these wards deeper. You can see Fel's finally working his way in there, but he's solo,
Little bit,
so
yeah.
he could get caught out. Those are the points where you want your teammates with you. You want that Wukong with you to make them engage. Because if everyone's standing there instead of answering this bot wave like Hawkeye, you can pull this fight. It's forcing the TP from Volibear. It's not going to get stopped from Anivia. Anivia is going to have to respond, so maybe they're going to try to pull this fight. They see the Anivia TP, but the Seraphine ult's going to go wide, but the Wukong's still in that fight. Cop is locked up. He's not able to frontline. Ticket Slayer going to fall. The Sona also fell. In the meantime, Cop is dead. Or not dead. He's so low, though. Astros on this Anivia is going to go like the TP. The TP means nothing. FreeSM's going to claim the team fight win and claim the soul, and that should be the game.
Yeah, I think they could just skip the soul if they want to. They're going to go for the soul regardless, but...
They're safe. They're a pretty safe team. So I feel like they're going to grab the soul. They're going to go in mid lane. They're going to get their towers reset and do it again. But still... there's nothing Chumbo can really do from this situation. They set up perfectly. They had the pick and they just hesitated. You can see Timberland had that flash, had that Sona ult. He died with it. That could have been like the one play. That was the one little mistake, was Fel warding on his own. So that was your chance. He's gonna use the Sona ult under the tower, but it just don't matter. He's dead. The tower is gone. Fel claiming Cop.
25 stacks.
Yeah, 25 stacks. It's just over. Ticket Slayer finally gonna die. Can you hit like R on your keyboard?
Are we allowed to show this? This looks like a butchery.
Yeah, this looks like a butchery. Oh, we can't see the stacks on Smolder before the death. I don't quite think he even finished the stacking, so
oh
that's
my
gonna put
god,
a bit
the R's back up.
Yeah, the R is back up, by the way. Goodbye, Anivia. Goodbye, Towers. Goodbye, Nexus. That's FreeSM with game 1.
That, yeah, in very commanding fashion at that, it felt like. Obviously, we had a slip up. We made it oopsies. We had a misinput, as Moist Critical would say, but
Misinput. All good.
yeah.
Things happen from time to time, but for FreeSM, I feel like you have to re-debate this Smolder pick and the Seraphine pick. They're probably going to take blue side, so that's going to be back to their normal brand priority, Seraphine priority, and other picks, but still, that they had their opportunities. They saved R5 to decide where the Smolder was going. You saved for this Anivia, and it just feels like they didn't have chances to grow. And I feel like what other picks would you really think of if you're thinking how can Chumbawumbas really come back in this game?
I think we need to put our best player on something that maybe is a little bit more mid-game oriented or mid to late, like something that can transition us, because obviously we did not, as you were talking about, we don't have a champ that bridges our early game to mid game and late game. And because they got absolutely shoved in and they did not have prios what felt like in any lane, we may be in mid a little bit because I think Astros did get a solo kill. Jesus. But I would like to see a bit more early champion, like a champion that has more agency early for Astros, because I'm confident that he can perform on it and carry his team with it. So.
For sure, but I feel like we want to give these teams a little bit of a break. It's the finals. It's okay. It's a best of 5. It's going to be a longer series, we hope. But with that, I feel like that means we can go into a little bit of a break.
Yes, sir. We'll see you back in a couple minutes, everybody.
Big.
Three, muted on stream.
In the dark of night we rise, axes gleam beneath the skies. Thunder roars, the battle cries. We won't fall, we won't disguise. Storm the gates, our hearts ignite. In the fray we find no light. Shields up high, we hold so tight. Through the storm we take our flight. Storm the gates, our hearts ignite. In the fray we find no light. Shields up high, we hold so tight. Through the storm we take our flight. Fight through Ragnarok, we stand tall. Keep the ancient call, fight for all. In Odin's gate we never stall. For Valhalla we give it all. In the chaos we prevail. Warriors hearts in full detail. Legends rise and never fail. For the gods we set our sail. Fight through Ragnarok, we stand tall. Keep the ancient call, fight for all. In Odin's gate we never stall. For Valhalla we give it all. Through the fire and the frost, nothing here is ever lost. In the battle we are crossed. Every life we pay the cost. Fight through Ragnarok, we stand tall. Heed the ancient call, fight for all. In Odin's name we never stall. For Valhalla we give it all. Fight through Ragnarok, we stand tall. Heed the ancient call, fight for all. In Odin's name we never stall. For Valhalla we give it all. Through the fire and the frost, nothing here is ever lost. In the battle we are crossed. Every life we pay the cost. Fight for Ragnarok.
Okay.
And we are back, getting ready
Good.
for the draft of game number 2. Team's still getting lined up.
Yep, it'll be exciting. Hopefully, we'll see some draft adaptations to what happened in the first game. Do you know what side they're playing on?
Haven't seen that yet. It's looking. No, they're still
How d-
mixed up. I'm not sure.
I would assume since we like a lot of flex picks, we want more priority picks that we take blue side as Chumbawumbas. Or at least
Or-
that would be the one of the draft adaptations I would make.
I mean, it was like a lot of play issues too. Seraphine getting 3-0 before 10 minutes is never good. It's never a great way to open up a series, so that could be the power pick, or it could be the play. And Chumba has been pretty resilient both sides of the draft throughout the season. They very rarely change what they pick. They very rarely change their draft styles. Sadly, though, the undefeated Sona is down. So,
Rip Bozo.
yeah, rip both. Okay.
I'm sorry.
I
I love you, Tim.
love you, Tim, but rip Bozo. Pack Watton, that's fine.
You know, we jinxed yourself a little bit, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's never great to lose on a champion like that, because that is pretty much quintessential Chumba style of play. And I feel like this Scion ban is going a lot. What we got?
Chumba will indeed go a blue side.
Yeah, not shocking. They're going to be putting a lot of priority on the brand pick, on the Seraphine, it makes it through. And if they get banned, they've got other picks in the arsenal. So it could be a different kind of game from Chumbawumbas, or they could be cooking something even more fierce than what we've been seeing from them recently.
Yeah. I don't think we necessarily should go away from the Sona pick. Obviously, it's our comfort pick. I think as you're talking about, sometimes it feels like a champion that we piloted poorly for one game, or like as a team we piloted their champions a little bit poorly. And we just need to, lock in a little bit more, think about our actions a bit more thoroughly, even just trading in lane.
Mhm.
So I think it still should be a high priority pick for them. Comfort, especially in the setting, should definitely be up there.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure on these teams to perform, especially in finals. Both really do want to win. Um, but a big important thing, this is a best of 5. There's still at least one more game after this, so what is going to be important is stamina. Which team is really going to last going to that game 3, going to that game 4, and even to that game 5 if it happens. So it's going to be how deep can you go in your champles and how long can you last playing at your best.
I agree. It's a little bit obviously different from literally the entirety of the season.
Mhm.
Luckily, I feel like best of threes help a little bit with that at least. Um, but it definitely will be affecting them, I think, after game 3. If that thing, if we get to a game 4 and 5, it might be a little bit more tough for them energy wise to maintain that level of mental acuity and focus that they have had so far during the series. So might be a little bit more tough. Luckily, we did move the game time forward, so
Yeah. Everyone can be here to watch at a slightly more normal time. And hopefully even if we go to game 5 games, it won't be too bad on your Monday morning.
For sure, for sure. Tried to
Mhm.
be kind to people's work schedules as we're getting into draft for game number 2 in the finals.
Yeah, should be getting into this pretty shortly. We can see that Chumbawumbas did we talked about it earlier, but Chumbo was on the blue side, FreeSM on the red side. So uh I don't think FreeSM actually is going to change too much though. I did my one question mark though is that Sarah or Senna going the AD. It wasn't bad at work because you're ahead, but at the same time, I don't know how much I felt about it. We can see that Seraphine was banned. The really only big change was that Seraphine was banned, and Brand taken from Chumwomba was a classic pick.
a very very classic Chumbawamba blue side first pick. I believe we saw it in semis as well
Hmm.
versus Los Hermanos. So no real surprise there. I feel like I do agree. I think um it could be a little bit uh difficult with the Senna, just like because they were more doing more brawly style of play that the Enchanter Senna might have been a little bit more helpful for. But also I think he went Umbral Glaive into RFC. I'm not sure how that feel. Obviously, they won the game, so
Yeah.
it's more like looking back at it. But
Yeah, but the Syndra taken out, that's 100% pushing this Brand into the bot lane. And Jinx also picked up is able to play around that Brand range with the rockets and with the zap. So you can respond in kind with that Brand poke as well as be able to dodge it out pretty well. So a good pickup and a pick I don't think I've seen from FreeSM all too often, but a Senna takeaway from Chumbawumbas.
hmm I think it's pretty interesting. I like that we picked Jinx. Jinx is like a very consistent late game performer and has a lot of great tools to like contribute during most phases of the game. But it's just like a very consistent damage dealer that's like a very reliable carry. Can turn really scary if there's a single kill in the team fight. It feels like, it's Jinx time.
Yeah, the resets are so hard to deal with. And another takeaway from Chumbawamba's taking away that volley bear, and it most likely is going topside. And you can see a little bit of pick there. So FreeSM challenging this volley bear to either go jungle or Delta Centaria throwing down the challenge with that Jax.
Yep, it is very much open. So for the
Mhm.
Volibear, I know Casual has played Volibear, so it is open. I'm curious to see how Trumbull will, if they need to pivot their draft ideas from the get-go. Like they were thinking originally that they wanted this Volibear to go top, but now the matchup might be a little bit too hard. Um, I'm not sure realistically how this matchup goes, but I would assume it's very much Jack's favor as long as Jack's he can E the Q, he can E the W. So like getting a stack, like the initial W stack onto Jack sounds like absolute pain, and it also sounds like Jax probably bullies him through most phases of the game because Jax definitely outscales Volibear.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to really deal with. So I'm more expecting this Volibear to go jungle, more than anything else. And a Lulu ban is going to keep Jinx away from a safer support, and Maokai is still a flex option. So a really good pick from FreeSM here. We've seen it traditionally in support in the hands of EOD Fel. However, it can still go jungle, so not a bad pickup from them. And in the meantime, though, the same bans from FreeSM is gonna kind of keep Chumba not necessarily on their toes. They knew these were coming, so I'm curious to see. Oh, sir, he's busting it out.
He's busting out
The
the
clown.
the clown. He says he's going to clown on them with Shaco. He did pull it out last finals. And it was kind of terrifying at that finals, but can be a little bit hard. I feel like for Chumbawumba's team identity, I feel like it really makes it a lot harder for them to operate since they don't have that classic two tank composition. So
Mhm.
I think he's definitely going to need to look to generate quite a significant amount of gold in the early stages of the game.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure on casual Flips. He did shine in it on the Udyr. He shined under the pressure on that Udyr, especially in that mid and lane game, but you don't have that same option on Shaco. You need to make craziness happen. And as it's pointed out in Trapped, zero engaged Chumba. That's gonna be a Volibear sprinting at Jack, sprinting at Syndra, sprinting at Wukong. You're playing for counter, but with what?
Yeah, it feels like we took away the champs kind of to take away the champs in a way.
Mm-hmm. You
I don't
outplayed
know, 'cause
yourselves, sadly.
yeah, I feel like we might have put ourselves in an awkward spot with this draft. I definitely would say consistently wise, the right side of the draft sounds so much easier to play as a unit. Um, like we have Maokai engage, we have two like great carries, we have a bullying bruiser top. Um, that has a winning matchup. Our jungler can engage for us as well. It sounds kind of hard to play out fights. I could see that FreeSM is maybe a little bit on the squishier side, a tiny bit. But I wouldn't even say Chumbawumbas is that tanky because we only have realistically the volley.
The predictions are up for game number 2. Get your gambles out there for the team you want to take home game number 2.
Yeah, there's more points to distribute for sure. I know some of these players are much richer than I am, especially after losing that last prediction there on the Chumbawumbas, expecting the Chumbawumbas win, but it's okay. They're only down one game. They still got time to work in and another draft here just to kind of play around with some picks, and we can see a little bit of cooking going on. Astros looked pretty good on the Corki last week. We've seen some good Volibear performances from Cop. We've seen some absolutely terrifying, but albeit slightly low damage games from Dingus Slayer on this brand. And Timberland is on the Senna, which we've seen good and bad performances from. In the meantime, though, from FreeSM, Syndra, hard performer last game and throughout the season in the hands of Haikai Six Pack. Wukong from Mothra last game, very clean, very disciplined, very demure, or whatever you want to say. I got to get with the times, I guess. But in the bot lane, though, pretty not necessarily unorthodox, but something I don't feel like we see too often from this bot lane of Black and Blue and Fel being the Jinx, and usually when they're running a traditional AD carry, they're running Kog'Maw.
Yeah, it's also interesting because I feel like this brand Senna kind of has to be a little bit terrified of Maokai, no? Just like flash WQ into Chompers, and I feel like you just one-shot Senna in bot lane. So Senna has to stay super far back. If she's oversteps, she's dead. Realistically, I think Timberland's most likely going to go the Enchanter build, which I think is definitely the way to go this game. We don't need AD damage. And if we're brawling, we definitely want those sizable heals that can help us sustain our HP in fights. But
Yeah, they need to get to that point first, and I guess they have that bridge that we wanted last game in the Shaco and in the Volibear, but in turn, you've given up. You've gone into this like kind of weird no engage. We have to just execute better than you at all stages of the game, kind of a draft, and those do rarely work out, to be honest.
They're saying there's a
yeah,
chance.
But there is a chance. That is the rarely working out. Chumba is the team to last prove me wrong when I said that exact sentence. So it they've got the power to do it, and I mean we can look at this game too from FreeSM side. The Jinx does have to perform a lot better. You have a lot more to do than Seraphine, and Jax also has ways to outplay themselves. Cop lasted pretty well into that Volibear from Delta Centauri. He lasted into that very strong champion pairing, but I mean, again, how is Delta Centauri going to get a lead on this Jax? It's going to be a lot of kind of power into him, and now he has to deal with the Shaco that could just randomly be top after 4 camps are cleared and skipping 2 of them and coming from behind you.
yeah. Delta also did have obviously a slight misplay that we saw. He just barely wasn't able to get the dive kill on Cop, which can be a little bit terrifying because if we execute on that play and Top's winning a little bit harder, imagine how that game is going. That last game goes. Might be a little bit terrifying. Or it could be a way for FreeSM to stay in the game, depending on how the rest of the map goes. But any lanes that you're looking out for this game?
I mean, eyes are on the mid lane and on the Syndra to really get an advantage on this Syndra because you can do so much work with it into the Corki. Corki kind of a little more immobile. Valkyrie's up, but not quite as often as you really need it to be. And it doesn't do as much damage. The Corki doesn't do as much damage early as it used to, especially when Syndra has scatter up every time Valkyrie's up. So I wonder what's going to happen here. And then in bot lane, it's going to be, is this brand going to do better than the Smolder?
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I think the brand has more pressure in laning phase than a Smolder does damage-wise. Like it's what Brand's like so is Smolder in a way, but Brand is all damage all from the get-go. Like that's just what he does.
Mhm.
So
He's got CC, so he can kind of he's gonna stop a dive if he buys Rylai's. So like there's a chance that that Chumbawumbas is gonna be able to counter dives, but the way you counter dives as Chumbawumbas is really gonna be through damage and through Shaco boxes, which are never the easiest to really pop down as a reaction. So it's gonna be a lot of trust and execution for Chumbawumbas here, as I believe we're getting into this game. We can see the loading screen now. I don't quite see anything too weird. Do you?
I'm looking at runes.
Yeah.
I don't see anything out of the normal. The classic Ignite Shaco, he's definitely gonna go really aggro early on. To be expected from Shaco. We do see Summoner Aerie, which like indicates we are in fact going the Enchanter version of Dana.
This
The
foreskin, by the way.
more
Team
again.
Foreskin.
Team Foreskin is back again for Chumbawumbas, right? Yeah, for
Team
Chumbawumbas.
4-star. That's
Yeah, I have a
classic
feeling
Dynamite
Hawkeye's
of
about to
someone.
get camped. It could be. Shaco has to really choose a lane to force behind because I don't feel like you can spread the love as much as any other or many other junglers can. Shaco feels much better at camping and invading more so than spreading the love across the map. He'll pick one lane, they'll win, and that's it. So wondering how that's really going to happen.
Yep. Shaco isn't really as much of a farm up champion to a certain like level or a certain item power spike. He's definitely the strongest when he's ganking or when he's pressuring the other jungler. So my solo queue junglers wouldn't know that, but they just like to farm camps.
Just had to sneak in a little bit of solo queue flame.
Yeah. Flame solo queue.
Yeah.
Even though I'm at fault for every one of my losses, my junglers still cringe.
No, we always blame jungle. What do you mean?
That is true. I do blame him. And then I watch the game. I'm like, yes, he is at
Ah,
fault, but I can play better.
true. Good improvement mindset. Hopefully, Chumbawumbas can also match that attitude here going into game 2. They both 5-pointed, so nothing quite too out of the ordinary that's going to happen yet. Though I do like to see the early little bit of a defensive ward from FreeSM there. They're trying to spot out a Shaco invade, but there's the Corki damage. Corki's able to do this before Syndra gets
E-trade.
scatter. Yeah, E-trade does so much damage before Syndra gets scattered to be able to stop him, so it's going to be a little scary until that happens.
Yeah, I'm going fleet footwork on Corki. I'm curious. I've definitely seen like Conqueror. I've seen Hail. I feel like fleet footwork was more of something that you'd go
It's not bad.
before the changes. It's not bad. It's just
Is it too
I just
defensive
don't
in this
know.
moment?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a
Oh.
little too defensive. Nice E. Good spacing to make sure that Volibear couldn't get away.
For sure. And not Brian, Delta's standing really, really far ahead on this Jax. He's zoning Cop off of the wave as well as he can into the little bit of time where this Jax can match up with the Udyr or with the Volibear or vice versa. Both champions, I feel like, have a way to pile this, and Delta Center is going to hit that
Oh,
3 first,
grass
and that
proc.
W poke. Yeah, that grass proc and the W poke doing so much damage. Shaco actually sneaking his way into top lane. We can see him in that top map. Top
Yeah,
top side
there
of the
could
map.
be conflict here.
Yeah, it could be conflict. The camera finally going over. Mothra getting. He's got the ignite down. The trap doing so much damage. Astro's claiming
he's just
the
dead.
kill onto Mothra. He had to flash, but it's going to mean nothing. First blood for Astros on this Corki is going to mean a lot. And a good red buff camp steal too by casual plebs.
Yeah, he just did his 3 camp straight into their red side, so it's gotta feel a little bit bad. Not anything too unexpected, at least for us.
That's a
Maybe
Jax
feels
roaming.
a little bit unexpected, but yeah, the Jax is roaming down towards mid.
Yeah, this is one way to get a good advantage. He's going to get spotted by the minions, but no harm, really no foul. Casual plebs though
Shaco
is mid
is
lane.
here.
Yeah, he's camping this mid lane pretty hard, though. Got that Dark Harvest stack. Hawkeye 6-pack is super low, and also didn't go TP again on the Syndra, so not going to have a way to really match a cop in this bush, though. Is going to deal a little bit of damage to Delta Syndra. He's
Yeah,
going to
but
trade it
Delta's
back.
fine with that trade.
Yeah, he's fine with that trade. He's going to trade a little bit back, actually, and go
But
positive.
I think it's not a bad thing for Cop to trade there since the minions were under tower. He loses XP and minions, so.
Yeah.
Oh, but now he's a little bit caught out, so.
Yeah, now he's a little bit caught, though. Isn't going to matter. He's going to get the shield out. The stun on the Fel. Fel's taking a lot of damage on this Maokai. Maokai is able to sustain a little bit, but not able to match that much damage from Brand.
Mm-hmm.
Trading HP for mana, though, could hurt them in the future.
Who could have guessed Fireman is good against Wood Boy?
Fire burns forest.
Natural counters.
Natural counters also appearing in League of Legends.
Oh yeah,
Touching grass was worth it.
Touching grass is worth it. Cop also has the perfect skin for his name. The police Volibear? Cop? Like, come on. It's made for
He's
him.
in that. Boo. Get
Damn,
him
I
off
only
the
get
stage.
booed.
Get him off the stage. It's all good. A fun little call out, of course, but still, right after the gank, though, I liked FreeSM trying to make some play, but it felt like they were a little emotional, trying to hard commit to that mid lane play. And Hawkeye 6-pack is starting to kind of eat his own decisions from draft here, not going the TP. It's working fine now, but it could become an issue come like 6-7 minutes or another gank from Shaco, which he could be lining up for, especially with that ignite coming off timer.
Especially since we're also running the triple TP. So it makes it so that suddenly we go from not having a numbers advantage to a numbers disadvantage. Could be really influential in a fight.
Yeah, it could be bad, but both teams, it feels like a lot less volatile. There's the scatter interaction from Syndra, able to stay safe, but Orky got his 6 first, so is trading down the stamina for deal. Casual plebs is mid lane going to try and get a little bit of a dagger, but he's just guaranteeing this mid lane push, and grabbing his Dark Harvest stack in the meantime. Getting spotted
Stealing a little
though.
bit of XP as well.
Yeah. Just a little bit, not a whole lot. Mothra is mid lane on this Wukong. they could be setting up for a play. They don't know Timberland's down. They don't know Cop is walking either. Mothra engaging onto Astros. Gonna just barely dodge out, but Hawkeye's Expect actually was dying. Astros should claim this kill onto Mothra, and a good gank, almost like a set play by Chumbawumbas is just approaching this early game so much different from last game.
Good job by Astros, looking super juicy. He didn't pull the emote with the Corki to shake it, but he essentially did at Mothra, and then Mothra went in.
He couldn't resist.
Yeah.
A good awareness play from Dinguslayer on the Brand in the bot lane there. Standing far away, understands it's okay, I'm going to drop like 1 or 2 farm, but my team's getting this first set of grubs. They're getting the kill mid lane. It's all going to be worth it in the end, even though he's going down quite a bit of farm on this Brand.
Yeah. It does feel a little bit bad, but it's kind of just making the right decision regardless.
Oh, but wait a minute,
whoa,
top lane,
holy
Cop, what are
crap.
you doing? You're gonna just fall. The ult's
Diffuse
barely gonna save him. Delta Star is gonna flash forward. Isn't gonna get the jump. The shield is just barely gonna save Cop. Flash for flash in the top lane. Ult for ult also, but Dragon claimed by FreeSM here down in bot lane.
Yeah, Casual is sitting up on top. I think he's gonna gank Jax.
He wants to.
Cop
He
really
definitely
likes
is.
building tiers.
Yeah, they seem to really like it. Casual Plebs, though, in this wave, he's going to start taking a lot of damage from these minions. Delta Centaur's taking no damage. This is an AP
Still has more
Shaco.
Q.
Oh,
that
my lord.
Rock actually beat him so hard.
Yeah, the Sheen doing so much work as well. So, Brian, or Delta Centauria, my bad, is
Trying to stop his back.
Yeah, he's living a pretty long time in top lane. They're stopping the back, but Casual Pups has no mana. He's not walking in the jungle enough. Hawkeye's back getting traded in the mid lane. Is just going to lose so much HP. This is the Corki matchup. Yeah, this is what happens when you miss your scatter as the Syndra into Corki, is you just get punished so hard. Mothra bot lane, though.
Could be interesting. I think if they wait for the minions to crash in the center of the lane, they can possibly go in.
Yeah, they've got
I think he needs to sit in that
brush.
Yeah, it has to be in that center brush if they want this to work. You have to wait. I think.
Yeah, I've seen this work before from them, from what we saw on Friday.
They do have Maokai W. Oh, yeah, nice.
He's gonna land that flash W. They're pulling the trigger. Mothra's gonna flash forward.
Beautiful.
He's getting that Wukong with the Jinx. Oh, just gonna go a little bit wide. Dinguslayer getting that Brand ult. It's not doing enough. A beautiful zap. Keeping him locked in. The Brand ult not doing enough damage. Cop in the meantime trading a little bit in top lane. Delta Star trying to trading it back. Not doing enough, but a good gank from bot lane and kind of like a revenge play almost, because we saw on Friday FreeSM tried to make a similar play on the Warwick and the Maokai in the bot lane, and this time they set up probably they're very willing, just pull the trigger, whatever happens, happens.
Ooh,
and in the top lane, though,
I think he just wins this hard. Volley's
good
hard
block, though. Volley's just gone. The camera cuts away from the carnage. Delta Centauri getting another solo kill.
And the thing is, it's a little bit terrifying because our Corki... It's going to be hard for Corki to kill off Jax. Jax's can be such a pain in the butt to deal with for Corki, at least. And this Jax already getting ahead, and if he's getting platings plus a solo kill plus XP lead, can be it's going to make things a lot more difficult for Chumba. Sorry.
Yeah, it just means so much. And another big important thing, the Corki is buying Merc Treads specifically to try and live through these Syndra trades. And what happens when that's a fed Jinx, when that's a fed Wukong, when it's a fed Jax jumping on top of you, dealing not really a whole lot of magic damage. It's gonna feel really rough come 15-20 minutes, third dragon, fourth dragon fight.
Yeah, those autos are gonna chunk him so hard. It's gonna be, why did I buy Tabbies moment?
Yeah. I mean, not even like, why did I buy Tabbies? It's like, why didn't I... It's just going to suck so much, because you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. If he doesn't have that, those Syndra scatters are going to mean so much more. But it's just a bad point. It's a bad time in the game, so it's going to be a lot of execution on Astros here. Fell in the mid lane. He has the ult. Scatters going to go wide.
He goes in.
Yeah, Astros going to go in.
A little too far up.
Why are you... What are you doing, Astros? You're trying to get the solo kill, but Mothra is here in the middle and going to claim that shut down onto Corki. So this Corki getting shut down. There's the AD damage from Mothra. Absolutely just deleting the Corki. Oh, fell?
Oh, need to be a little bit
scatter
careful. Oh, we
land.
saw.
Capital Plebs getting out.
I don't know how much we want this.
Yeah, I don't know if they really want this too much. Syndra's a little low. Doesn't have the ult. Yeah, Jack's coming bot lane. He's got a flank going. Maybe they're going to try and stall this play. They don't have Maokai out. The TP's going to come in. There's that TP
Maokai no
advantage you're
flash.
talking about. Yeah, Maokai no flash. He's getting caught up. Maybe he's just the sacrificial lamb for this play. One shot. Not a kill, though. Good scatter from Hawkeye 6-pack on the Syndra, keeping Fell alive.
Oh, yeah. Hawkeye 6-pack said, leave my support alone.
No. No.
No? No?
No. No. It sticks. He ain't got. He's got like 2 leaves on him. Like Caillou. He's got Caillou hairs on the Maokai.
Oh my god.
But that still is grubs. All 6 grubs are going to Chumbawumbas. This is one way you can come in through this game.
In favor of Dingus.
Yeah, the brand does so much damage, especially with how little MR AD carries naturally have. It's gonna mean a lot. And the 6 grubs is also going to mean a lot. You can see just how fast this plate is really going down. He's going to get 1 plate for pretty much free on this brand. Doesn't have the ult, so he can't really trade on the waves as much as he wants, but he's going to have it and flash coming to Dragon. What else is
Nice.
the team's going to really have going to Dragon?
We don't have TPs from our top laner, so both of them are either going to, one's going to have to push out and run down, or neither of them are going
Dingus
to be there
got
for a fight,
caught.
or Dingus is just dead.
That's just
Holy,
Dragon
well
for
played by Black and
FreeSM.
Blue.
Yeah,
That is.
Good zap.
Top lane pulling the wave into a freeze. I think if oh jeez, forcing
to
out the
flash it.
flash as well. Both of their TPs are coming up, so if they FreeSM is on drag, so they do just have to see drag, but.
Yeah, Delta Centauri's keeping the pressure up on this
my
Jax. He's gonna
God.
flash forward. The ult from Volley gonna save him just for in the meantime. The Dragon claimed for FreeSM. That's gonna be a back and a flash lost for Cop in this top lane in the Volibear.
Ops, I believe TP is like on a 10-ish second cooldown or so. Maybe
He's
less.
gonna wait for it though?
He might wait
he
for
is.
it.
Yeah, he's waiting for it. You can see him cycling around. Oh, never mind. He's gonna run top lane.
Is he gonna run and then TP part way through?
Oh no.
I think if you're not gonna
No,
use
he's
it,
running.
you just okay, it's just gonna run.
Yeah, he's
Good.
gonna run from this stuff. But that's gonna be plates for the Jax. Doesn't have the grubs, but
man.
doesn't quite matter. He doesn't
I
care. That's
think-
4 plates for the Jax.
107 CS, and we also got 4 platings. Oh my god, this Jax probably has Trinity Force on this back.
Yeah.
And
there it
then
is.
we
And
get boots plus no
And
magic.
null. Oh my lord.
I think this
what do
top
I do?
lane does not do that much damage to him, because his only real source of AD damage is his W, and most of the time that's getting blocked. You see
Yeah.
his Q just got blocked. Man, this feels terrible.
It's so tough for this Volibear to really approach this matchup. You can see how far he is down. He's trying his best, but I think the tower's just going to fall since these plates are down. Next time this Jax hits the tower, you can see Cobb is trying to run from some sort of play. Him ulted? Excuse me. I'm a little questionable on that. Jax is in the play.
Caught
Cobb is
out.
caught out in no man's land, getting the red buff just straight delivered to Delta Centauria.
Yeah, Shaco's allowed to do weird stuff like that. You on the other hand,
the
oh my
zap.
god, Black and Blue just
Maybe he
popping him
should-
like a zit.
Yeah, he should just be playing Caitlyn if he's landing all these headshots with a zap, man. It's so hard for Dingus Slayer to really approach the way that this Jinx is so far ahead.
Oh, he
Oh
did
my-
the Shaco box tech. Oh my god.
He's just kind of messing around with him. He's playing with his food, but that could turn into an
but
issue. A
we're
flash
on
forward from
top
Maokai
of it,
is
it's
finding
on.
casual plebs. Bell claiming the kill, but the Cinder ult also used Unleashed. Dingus Slayer's TPing onto Black and Blue in the bot lane. He's going to try and get this tower.
Sacrifice for the
Has
tower.
the shutdown, so this
Oh,
could
we
be
can
worth
run.
Astra's
But
trying to get
this
forward.
is death.
The Jinx reset and the flash, keeping him out. Astra's trying to flash forward. He's trying to find something. Doesn't have the Valkyrie. The rockets missing. The traps gonna land. Black and Blue making his way out of here, but I
Time.
believe he's getting rotated on.
Oh my god,
Top
did he
also
get
in the meantime,
out?
Top lane, he is gonna almost get out, but just
gets out? That's
barely. And now the
Oh my
trap
God,
fight's getting turned. Mothra is turning on Astros here. The flash forward from Mothra, finding,
my
helping
God.
Hawkeye 6 find that kill onto Corki. Now Cop also dying in this top lane after losing his tower. It's not real. 2 fights from FreeSM at the same time.
Black and
Double
Blue is
dipping works.
him. What the hell? the zap to force out the flash from Astros, and then he timed his jumping over the wall with the blast plant for when Fell was nearby, and that's crazy. That feels so illegal, but we get the tower and we live, and we trade flashes. I don't know. That feels pretty great from a position where we probably should have died.
Yeah, it's desperation again from Chumba. They feel like they're constantly at the back foot approaching FreeSM here, and I don't know quite, once again, how are they really going to approach this game? Delta Centauri is so fed. Fell's trying to make a play in the just on this the bot lane, trying to push the mid lane from Chumbawumbas, but they can't do anything really with these grubs. You have all these grubs, you spend so much time getting them, you lost your brand twice, but what's it going to mean if you can't touch towers?
Yeah, this top lane difference is a bit tough, and oh my goodness. Oh, he's just gone.
Bye, Timberland. The Jinx ult, the rocket doing so much damage. Hey, is that Jinx from Arcane?
It's looking a little bit like Jinx from Arcane.
It's looking a little bit like Jinx from Arcane, of course. And I'm glad that champion's gonna get buffed again. Yippee! No, it's fine.
Just in time for
Just in
season 2.
time. Yeah, just in time for season 2. It's going to be awesome. Dingus Slayer walking a little too far forward. The zap going to go a little bit wide, but those rockets putting in so much work, even with the static shiv. Casual Plebs also caught out here. He's going to drag him to their trap. Fell could die. He's got that Celestial opposition. It's a trap. This fucking, I can't remember what it's called. The Sentinel's gonna help. Chumbawumbas actually find 2 there. Casual Plebs falling in the meantime. How Hawkeye stick back really low. The rocket taking him super duper low, but doesn't have the Valkyrie to make it in just close enough. Oh, he's gonna try it anyway.
Oh my goodness.
The rocket just gonna miss. It's okay though.
It was a good trap though. They did get 2 kills back, and they got a shutdown. On the support.
Yeah, on the support.
But we do end up giving drag for that, which that's gotta feel pretty good. We lose our jungler, but we get drag and we get 2 kills. Definitely steps in the right direction to trying to close this lead.
Yeah, it's the little bits and pieces. Maokai's actually ulting here, but a little low.
Oh my god.
Oh, just barely. He got stunned up,
HP.
but he's starting the fight. The super mega
hits.
death rocket not gonna hit Dingus, but Dingus still gonna fall. Maokai picking up the kill again. TP from Cop. They might try and turn this, but Cop gonna get caught up by the zap, so just has to walk it out. It was close. That was a really close steal.
That was very close. I thought I saw 38 HP and I was like, oh god! Surely they don't steal this, but we also used Herald bot lane. I'm not sure if that was by accident. Oh, but the sieging power of just Jinx auto attacks. Oh my god, Cop is
one shot.
Single digit HP.
He's a little puckered right now. He's just under his tower and it's not safe. Where can you stand?
I think he's just grateful Syndra doesn't have her ultimate execute thing yet.
It's just,
oh Jesus, we took a lot of damage.
It took a little bit of damage, but we're gonna execute anyway. Maybe he would have wanted it too.
I don't know. Oh, I mean, you can see, on anymore.
Yeah, FreeSM
too late.
FreeSM's gonna call off. They thought he got that back up in time. They could have rotated, but that's a hindsight thing. They didn't have vision. So almost a good play from Astros in the meantime. He's gonna get that bot tower. That's a little bit of a dent in that 5,000 gold lead for FreeSM.
Yeah, this feels very, very rough, I feel like, for the side of Chumba. This Jax is just able to scale into this game, which is very terrifying for the other side. It feels like we're losing a grip on this game. Our first, we got 2 kills, and then the other team got 10 kills in a row without us replying.
You're finding they're finding an inch, we take an inch, you're gonna get a mile for it is just so not the way you want to play. Usually the roles are reversed. Casual Plebs though is playing around with his food on the Shaco. It's kind of what you want to see from a Shaco is you kind of just want to see the enemy be a little freaked out of checking their own bushes, places that they feel like are safe. And you can see your fella is clearing them out with his own body. The Celestial opposition making the damage a little bit less, but he's just gonna lose so much HP. Gonna flash forward.
Oh, not the
getting
flash
feared.
into the box.
It's so sad, but he's gonna have the root's gonna land.
saw it.
Casual Plebs getting cut out. He has that. Wait, Syndra grabbed the Shaco box.
He used his own weapons against him.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's Baron. Should be started up for FreeSM though. They lost enough HP. Mother's pretty low. Fell's pretty low on this Maokai.
TP.
Yeah, Kappa's in there. Doesn't have TP. He's making his way up. Jax on a flank. They finally are going to try and use this as a fight excuse. It looks like Chumbawumbas is caught out by their own little play here. Jax starting the flank. Flashing forward onto Timberland. Timberland going to heal. Has to flash his own way out. Mother making the engage happen. Not going to fall, actually. He's just going to barely make it out. That's Dingus Slayer dying and getting the brand ult off, though. That's 2 for 1. Claim for Chumbawumbas, though. Timberland pretty low. Cop eating the Super Mega Death Rocket is on Delta Centauri on this Jax, though. Delta Centauri getting the kill reclaimed, and that's favored back into FreeSM's hands. But Black and Blue's under the tower. Gonna try and burst. He's bursting Hawkeye now. He has the fear onto Black and Blue. Black and Blue using that Jinx reset, trying to get away from the Shaco. He's not doing enough damage yet. Astros on this Corki is walking forward. He's doing so much damage with those auto attacks. Delta Centauri is going to fall. Chumbawumbas finding their way back into this game.
Yep, both two important members of Chumbawumbas, the people who've been consistently carrying this team in casual, and Astros staying alive. Astros teleporting behind that fight to try to get a good angle, leading to some really juicy shutdowns.
Yeah, it's misdirection, deception, and just a little bit of bullshittery is how you really win on Shaco, and Casual Plebs proving why it's really banned against him so often. But it could really just be flukes in the same time. I'm not necessarily saying he's playing bad, but the gold lead's still in favor FreeSM, and it felt like just kind of a dirty fight from FreeSM, and they're finding Dingus Slayer. He flashed across the Maokai, the scatter of the week, found him. Those little bits of overextension is what's costing Chumba really any and all advantage they can get.
Yeah, and it also feels like the sad thing is, I feel like our team comp also gets outscaled with Jinx, Jax. It feels so much harder. Yeah, like Corki does have some sort of scaling, but I feel like it might just be one of those times where it's like, that might be one of the better fights we're going to get this game.
Yeah, it's the same thing as last game. It's how many mistakes is FreeSM going to make when ahead. And we saw last game, there's really only one more after the team fight when Chumbawumba found. So in this meantime, you're just keeping your eyes out for that one more fight. Dingus Slayer's up on the brand, doesn't have a way to TP, so he's just going to have TP from behind this fight on that Shaco box. This is only third dragon, but you still don't really want to give it up for free. Delta Star could be caught. The Maokai coming in. He's going to make the engage, not find anything. The Maokai, though, is finding Timberland on the Senna. He's just gone. The clone, though, is going to fall. Cop's in the backline, keeping Black and Blue off of it. It's a split fight. Cop peeling his team perfectly, and the Shaco cutting down and stopping the dive from Delta Centauria. They're going to actually get this dragon, too.
Yeah, that was really well played. Cop also absolutely chunked Black and Blue completely out of the fight. It was unplayable for him after that. And then we end up playing into the boxes, you know, the classic. Unfortunate. I feel like if we're FreeSM, we should never really be playing up into boxes. We should be letting...
he doesn't know. The stun not going to land. Good counter-strike is going to get him out of there, but he's going to get solo scatter. Also going to go wide. I like the attempt from Chumbawumbas. They're not out yet.
Yeah. FreeSM needs to understand that it's really hard for Chumba to engage on them. It feels a little bit easier for Chumba to fight if FreeSM comes towards them. But we should be really just like playing things slow, playing around an objective, and then forcing Chumba to attack us and come at us because we have already set up.
Timberland.
Didn't even need the Jinx.
Yeah, it's just a little bit of a stain on the floor there, that tri-brush, and all of... I mean, that's the story of this game, is it's Dingus Slayer, it's Timberland, it's Cop, really getting caught out. You can see the Syndra's putting in a lot of work. The Connect can be used from Casual Plebs. He's trying to chase down the Syndra. He has a lot of slowing power from these daggers. Cop, though, speeding forward, flashes forward, landing that stun. Syndra's the movement speed not mattering. Casual Plebs putting in so much work on the Shaco.
Yeah, I think, Delta should just hard shove down the tier 2 bot lane. He has he's not gonna have TP, but I don't think they can do anything because they're too low HP. There should just be a free tier 2 for Jax.
Yeah, Jax is gonna be split pushing in the bot lane. It's not bad. It's a fine move, especially with how like hard it's been to pile these fights. He's got flash up again. He's gonna wait for his TP to come up. They're trying to play around this Baron. They want that deeper vision. They're also gonna make maybe a play onto Astros, but the box gonna find him out. So Jax, so in this bot lane, is caught out, but not necessarily. Not Volibear is just gonna have to run away. Losing that bot tier 2 is gonna matter a lot. That's a lot of more space. Yeah, and Voliar, it's not gonna be up for this next fight, so it could mean the difference between. Well, I feel like if you're a FreeSM, don't you just pull the trigger here and go Baron?
I feel like we should just be going Baron here. Everybody's just resetting. We should just be forcing the issue. Especially since Astros, I mean, he does have TP backup, but we could at least force out the TP.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why we didn't just go Baron.
It feels so weird. They feel so
caught out.
Averse to getting Dingus Slayer
He has no
getting
flash.
caught out. Scatter, no flash, death. Dingus Slayer caught out in the mid lane. Now we should be going Baron.
Flash.
Yeah, 2 seconds away from getting flash. So sad. Fel is clearing out these boxes with his body. He's getting a little bit deeper vision. He's making these fights easier to play. They're trying to find this Shaco. He's been a foil in their plans this entire game, and he's not quite caught out. Fel's super low. Might actually be caught out on the Maokai. Good knockaway and the flash being used from Fel. They've got the mid push, but at what cost? Not even a mid push. The wave's gone.
The Shaco's being a bit of a menace. Oh, Scatter of the Week!
The Scatter of the Week is found on Astros. The Storm Surge, the Unleash power from Syndra found Corki in the mid lane. That's finally Baron for FreeSM, right? Totally.
Yeah. Syndra showing
sure.
that she's an unleashed powerhouse.
Oh no.
Oh.
He's walking into the boxes.
We're walking into boxes.
It's a pink ward play. Casual plebs trying to make his way out of there. He's just kiting around Delta Centauri, but they're losing the Baron in the meantime. Delta Centauri feared 3 times. They found the Shaco. He's keeping them entertained. The clone gonna die. That's the wait. Delta Centauri, he died. They lost. They didn't even lose Baron. They pulled away, but the fight from FreeSM doesn't matter. They won the fight, but Delta lost the battle, so who really cares? Typically caught out on the Maokai. He's gonna die again. Casual plebs making his way out. They dropped Baron. Wait, he's gonna find it. Oh no, the Scatter. Casual plebs, the clown is gone. The Baron is theirs.
I don't know. This is a little bit terrifying. Astros is full HP and can TP into this. I would be very
careful.
Terrified. Yeah, very careful.
Yeah, they don't
I
have
don't know how
damage.
I feel about this.
Yeah, Syndra no TP is going to cost them a lot. The line's doing a lot of damage. Fell. Oh, he's... they could kite it out. Nah, it's fine.
Possibly. It feels a little bit too risky. He
Yeah,
doesn't have flash up, but he did have TP. If there was a good TP where that could have been a possible triple kill for Astros.
Yeah,
We've seen it before.
Yeah, we've 100% seen it before. Casual plebs bought so much time up there, but you can see the lack of frontliner from Chumbawumbas. They don't seem to really know how to approach these situations where they don't have someone in frontline to really buy time and buy space for them. And we saw there, they just, the bot lane and those squishies from Chumbawumba just evaporated in the face of a Syndra. And I know you can't necessarily block a Syndra scatter. Oh, Cop, not quite gonna get checked on that bush there. Chumbawumbas is here sooner, and Jax is in that top lane there, so he's gonna have to TP up there. I feel like you get this push and you TP faster. Look at that bot wave. It's perfect for a flank.
Fel getting a lot of damage.
He's TPing in the middle. He's TPing in the middle. He's trying to stop this fight. He's gonna come here with the counter strike into the back line.
Beautiful counter strike.
Mothra on the Wukong, the knockups, cutting down Chumbawumbas. And that's just the fight for them. Casual plebs just trying to buy time on the clown, but it's not gonna matter. They found the real one. Never mind. They got feared on the clone.
Oh
and
my god,
Casual
the
plebs
box
is
damage.
making his way out of there, but it doesn't matter. That's still
Oh my god,
dragging at least
died?
the win. Oh, does
my
he?
god.
Oh no, he's so low. Casual, don't do it to him.
It's the two main members of Chumbawumbas that are staying alive. Oh,
they found him. Oh, wait, Delta pulling the trigger onto Corki. Corki doesn't have Valkyrie. He's trying to kill him. The armor shred putting in so much work. The kiting from Astros killing Delta Centauri. They're evening up the fight. The HP bars are too low. He didn't have teammates. The Senna ult putting in a little bit of work. TP now from Dingus Slayer on this brand. He's coming to this fight. That could actually be Chumbawumbas. Wait, Casual Plebs, you're here. Mothra's one shot. Casual Plebs is killing him. He got the blue buff too, and he's gonna get the kill from. Oh, the Maokai double kill for Dingus. Yeah, Dingus player almost dying. Double kill for Casual Plebs. Hawkeye 6-pack running away on the Syndra. He ran here, lost flash, and has to run away. Dragon claimed from Chumbawumbas.
That's crazy. That like whole sequence where Chumbawumba had Astros and Casual still alive and just barely able to squeak out a fight. Oh, that's gotta feel like such a tragedy.
Yeah,
and we're instantly going into Baron.
Yeah, I see. Finally, some team understands that they win a team fight. What do? You hit the objective. You don't dilly-dally around and try and get kills. The one thing you do.
Not taking damage really from.
No,
Baron.
He's so tanky on a new spare with that healing. It's not really gonna matter. The big thing though, they're chasing Shaco.
I don't even think they knew.
Why are they chasing Shaco?
I don't know. It's very simple. When you're playing against Shaco, you just don't chase him, and the only time you do is if you have your sweeper up.
And a big thing that was called out in chat was Thel on this Maokai has Ignite. Something you can do when you're facing Shaco is immediately pressing Ignite if you know you're going to burst him. You hit Ignite, and the Shaco, once he clones and pops out, the real one is ignited because it's kind of random a little bit, but that's Chum's soul point though. Dingus Slayer caught out on the brand again. The Avengers are here, and that's just one Baron claimed, 1 in 10 on the brand, but still putting in some work, but not a great 1v whatever experience.
Yeah. Oh my god, he's almost dead.
Falling. Pop re-engaging. Hawkeye 6-pack on the Syndra. He's gone. Shutdown claimed.
Oh my.
I looked away for a second, and the fight was pulled. They're so quick. Yeah, they have super. I'm not trying.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it.
Don't. He doesn't want it.
He doesn't want. I don't want it. I don't want the smoke. I can't. The word is actually saucing me up right now, dude.
Death rocket.
Super mega death. God damn it. Super mega death rocket. Ooh.
Say that 3 times fast.
No, please.
I don't know what FreeSM's doing. This macro call seems a little bit questionable. We're losing mid tier 2.
Yeah, they're losing. Their base is going to start getting hit. Yeah, the 6 scrubs are actually putting in work. Astros is holding FreeSM. They're holding the 2 stronger members from FreeSM into the bottom. Well, not fell, but they're holding the two members from FreeSM down here. This is a 3v2. Mothra engaging. The tower's going to fall. There's nothing defending this Jinx now. Cop, though, has the flash. No volley out there. Just focusing the objectives. I like this. They have the sustain.
Tempo.
Yeah, Jinx is stacked with lethal tempo. Doesn't have the increased range, though. The zap getting blocked. Now they're going to be chasing Shaco. Do they want to do this? I don't think they really want to. Fell's in the just no man's land. Has to flash out. He said, "No way! I learned my lesson."
Mothra,
no, Mothra got caught. No, this could be the game. Black and Blue's frontlining first team. Astro's gonna dash for the Valkyrie. No, he died. Cop is gonna die to the front line. Gone. Delta Centauria diving Timberland in the back line. He's gonna die as well. Casual Flip's trying to make his way out. Don't chase the Shaco. You don't want to learn. Wait, they are doing it.
They got the right one.
The Zanyas, they found him. He's over. Not necessarily a clean ace. I'm going to call it a ace. Dingus Slayer, wasn't there a team fight win for FreeSM on the back foot?
Holy, that was crazy. We thought we caught out the Maokai, and then we definitely caught out the Wukong, and then we Valkyrie forward directly into the entirety of FreeSM. Exactly what they want. They want you to engage on them, and then you just pop them like a zit.
Yeah, just like a zit. I mean, that's what it looks like when Storm Surge happens. It's just, it's so funny, but just a blunder from Astros costing his team dearly in that fight. He's just going for that little bit extra, and I feel like Dingus Slayer was up in time to TP to that fight as well. So I don't quite know why he wasn't there. Maybe he ran away, I missed it. There was just so much happening in that fight, just a complete explosion of bodies. But they finally caught the Shaco, which is pretty funny.
Yes, they finally caught the Shaco. They got the right one this time. Let's go!
Yeah, let's go! They chased the right Shaco, so it's worth. Results-based analysis time. We should always chase Shaco.
Results may vary.
results may vary, but results-based analysis, we will always chase Shaco.
Exactly. That's just what the Shaco's players want, though. You're playing into their hands, Smile.
Yeah. 50 seconds on Dragon here. Is there anything important down from either of these teams?
No, but it's gonna be important to get this mid wave. We have Jack's TP
Maokai
up.
Flash
Malachi Flash, sorry.
and Corky Flash.
I was
Sorry.
no problem. But I'm just more curious about the wave state. Since we did lose an inhib, it's gonna be a little bit difficult for FreeSM unless this wave is shoved all the way in because of super minions. We do have Jack's
Oh,
TP.
Casual got caught.
Casual's
He's
just dead.
gone. Popped like a zit, like you said. This Syndra doing so much damage. Also catching out Astros in the top, and the
good
fact not
Counter-Strike.
gonna buy him anything. The Counter Strike though buying him some time, but this Corky doing so much damage. That Armor Shred mattering so much. The Rock is Valkyrie for this time correctly. Not quite gonna catch out the Jax though. Has to ward hop his way out of there.
Must be drag. Oh, he's
Wait.
TPing towards drag.
He has to TP out of there. He was getting caught out. Maybe gonna try and get them here. Mothra is able to get the steal, or not the steal. He's able to smite, so it's gonna be 3 for 3. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Smite's there. Smite wasn't alive, so it's okay.
Yeah, Storm Surge is close enough to smite, right? Looks like at least.
We do have a Flame Horizon coming out for Delta in the top lane.
We do indeed. He's 4 items in. Jax is definitely hitting pretty hard. Still, that Corky does so much damage.
Yeah, Corky's it's the Corky versus this Jackson Syndra for sure. Casual Pub's been doing a lot on this Shaco, but it's never really like the main star of the fights. It's been these one. Oh, Timberland.
Tim.
07 to support mains everywhere. You're clearing wards on your own. You feel like you're safe. You're never safe. It's a horror game.
He didn't realize that their blue side is in fact FreeSM's blue side.
Yeah, that's not yours. It's free, not for you. Ooh, I like this death push. Death pushing is a pretty good way to find some success. I feel like though they should just be turning on to this Baron once again. I feel like this. I keep saying this so much throughout this game. Delta Staria is kind of cut out in the top lane.
Flash.
His Flash doesn't have a ward to be able to get. He does have one ward to get himself out of here. Though they're Cops running him down in the
Baron?
top lane. Yeah, just do Baron, guys. Stop chasing the Shaco.
Oh.
The scatter is found, has the clone. He's gonna Zanyas to save himself, so they know which one's the real one. The Shaco Q buying him some time. Jinx was
They
taking
didn't
the
see
Baron.
him?
Yeah, no, they didn't see him. Dingus Slayer, though, he's gonna find Mothra.
No, the clone betrayed him!
Yeah, the clone betrayed him. Oh, the burn! The burn! The burn! Mothra's dead! That's no Baron!
Oh my god, Comet.
Comet
Clutching
OP.
up for our boy. Getting him his second kill of the game.
I feel like a broken record when I say these two things. FreeSM taking Baron, and FreeSM, why are you chasing Shaco? And it's costing them so much throughout this game.
Yeah, we just never have, like, Shaco can't set up boxes in front of us when we're on Baron, so we should just be taking Baron. Baron was so insanely free, it felt like there, because they had both Cop and Astros down bot side, and they did not have a TP. How are we not just taking Baron? Surely we have to remember that there's no TP.
Sure.
On
Surely.
Astros. But getting another Baron for Chumbawumbas?
Yeah. Yep. Fell. 07. I respect the attempt. Actually, super tanky. He's buying them so much time. Casual's getting stunned up on the Shaco.
The Black and Blue's just dead.
The Black and Blue's just dead. And there goes Syndra. Hawkeye 6-pack also dying. Delta Centauri is the last one that can really do anything. Mothra is going to try and make some sort of engage, or maybe just peel them out. Cop running forward on this Volibear. The waves aren't in spots to do this, but the base is pretty exposed. Yeah, it's an end angle for sure for Chumba. A good comeback. They've been playing on the back foot gold-wise throughout this game, but it's never really felt like it's been out of their control.
Kazuto calling out FreeSM saying that they're vegans.
It's actually so frustrating throughout this game, but we'll talk about that after. There's one last attempt they can make. Delta Centauri trying to save the game. He's going to clear this wave with the Counter-Strike, but it's falling so low. This Brand putting in so much work, so is the Corky. It should just be game. Chumbawumbas finding a return play on this. 1-1, the series tied up. Okay, now we can talk about how vegan this is. Oh my god, is that frustrating if you're FreeSM.
The curse is indeed broken. Again. Another curse broken.
We did it.
We
did it! Yay!
We did it! Yay! But
A
also,
little bit of damage from Corky and Shaco.
yeah,
Yeah, a little
they
bit of damage.
putting in so much work, especially in that. It felt like the Shaco plays around that Baron, around that Dragon, just were so important to keep Chumbawumbas in the game, both mentally and like actually gold wise. But the big thing, it's such a huge throw from FreeSM. They just feel they got cold feet around those Barons. They're like, oh, I don't want a 50-50 against Shaco, but you're Wukong. You have Q Smite. You do so much damage. So I don't feel like they should ever really be worried about it. You can just buy Pink Ward. Like, just buy a Pink Ward, bro. What's Shaco gonna do? Q into a Pink Ward? He gets spotted on them.
And also, Shaco can't set up into a team that's already on Baron, so you're not going to be running through boxes or anything. Shaco's going to have to reveal himself with his dash that he doesn't have, by the way, because he has Ignite.
Mhm.
Because he doesn't have Flash to flash out, so he's guaranteed dead when he comes in. If you see anything, or you're assuming Shaco's already come in, you just stop DPS on Baron, you let him reveal himself, kill him, and then go back to Baron.
Yeah, for sure. And we can keep going on for a second. If you're FreeSM, do you ban out this Shaco, or do you try something else? Is it like, okay, we just don't chase Shaco? Camera control.
It's hard for me
Yeah.
to say.
Camera control. You keep going.
Personally, I think the Shaco wasn't. Well, the way we played around the Shaco was the reason why we lost, not the
Wait, I'm lying.
champion itself, in my opinion.
I lied.
I know Boomy saying always ban Shaco. I feel like he also showed early game. It becomes significantly
Toggle scoreboard
harder
items.
for the identity of Chumbawumbas to be fulfilled when they have Shaco on their team. It's just
And then O, X.
we played into Shaco's hands, in my opinion, like
Hey.
completely.
Hey! We were just fixing a little bit of technical difficulty here on that. We can see Goldcraft again. Yippee! And that should be a good way. I feel like we yapped long enough to go into a break. Unless you got
Yippity-yappity.
something to really wrap up here, Eli, when we can go into break.
No.
No.
Wrap up, going to break.
All right.
Just a little bit of yapping. We'll see you guys 1-1 tied up. How can FreeSM bounce back from that?
See you in a couple minutes.
Let's go down in dance. One last chance, no pretense. Crowds roar loud and wild. Victory dreams me gold. Team fights for the crown. Legends never back down. Hearts race in the strive to keep hope alive. Final showdown, here we go. Feel the fire, the warriors glow. Champion pride in every soul. True legends chase the goal. Skill and strategy, enemies it's you and me. Push the lanes, break the walls, answer destiny's calls. Cheers that go through night, every move precise, bright. Legend fills the air, fearless brave warriors dare. Glory within our sight, through every dark and light. United till the end, together we ascend. Team fights for the crown, legends never back down. Hearts race and strive to keep hope alive. Final showdown, here we go. Feel the fire, warriors glow. Champion pride in every soul. True legends chase the goal. True legends still in me. Enemies it's you and me. Push the legs, break the walls. Answer destiny's calls. Shields that go through night. Every move precise, bright. Magic fills the air. Fearless brave warriors dare. Glory within our sight. Through every
And we
very
are
much winning
back
opportunities.
for talking about game number 3. What kind of adjustments you guys thinking for FreeSM this time?
Don't chase Shaco.
And also any adjustments you think Chumbos need, since early game looked a little rough.
Yeah, I mean the simple thing, if you're FreeSM, don't chase Shaco, please. It's okay to pull objectives. You can pink ward stuff. It'll be fine. Because if they plan on letting the Shaco through again, because even though it did so much damage, it did so much work, it was self-inflicted wounds a lot of time. It became something more later on, but you let it get to there. So
Yeah.
it's about not getting cold feet around those objectives, because it felt like they were so much safer with their lead, and it costed them dearly.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of like that older sibling that like takes your fist and hits you, and it's like, why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself?
FreeSM will be back on the blue side for game number 3.
So I think it's more of a, I think Halflings said this, it's more of an execution of our champions and our win cons over the champ itself, like banning a champ. It's just a bit more execution on what we need to do versus what they need to do, and not playing into their hands as we did.
Yeah, for sure. I wouldn't be surprised with a Shaco ban, but the blue side's also been pretty strong with that Seraphine pick we saw in game 1. Chumbawumbas on that blue side immediately banned it away. So I wouldn't be surprised if either they ban it, they have to ban it themselves, and not get the prio pick that they really want, because the brand has been traded around from both these teams. Hawkeye Sixpack is a pretty avid brand player, so they don't want to deal with that mid lane. Other than that, though, it's gonna be kind of based on how these teams more execute. Because I've been saying it. It's just execution. Comps is the last 5% of getting there, and these teams have pretty serious holes. Both of them. FreeSM getting cold feet on those objectives, but Chumbawumbas dying early and dying alone is so costly for them. I feel like they lost a good 3,000 to 4,000 gold to just someone randomly split pushing with no pressure on the other side of the map.
Yeah, we had Delta creating quite a significant lead in game 2 CS wise and in the top lane. Felt a little bit weird we didn't play around it a little bit better. Tried to like go for 2v2s or just shadowing him and getting split push gold. We did get a bit of split push gold, but it felt like we could have just tried for a 4-1 type composition instead. But obviously it was kind of hard with Astros being on Corki. But I feel like at that point, if you see Astros there, then you just take the fight. But it really just felt like a couple unfortunate fights, us not pulling the trigger on Baron and running into Shaco.
Yeah, you don't. But then that comes into question is, then you're going to be dealing with that strong frontliner again from casual plebs. So it's kind of the mid jungle paradox of Chumbawumbas is, how do we deal with these players? Either we give casual plebs the psychotic Shaco and let them run around doing Shaco things, or do we give them that just absolute top tier frontliner for Chumbawumbas? So I wonder how these teams are going to be approaching it in draft. Are we going to be going into it? I hope. Right?
Yep,
Totally.
getting the setup.
Surely.
Starting
Surely.
it briefly.
Let's go. I need water.
Oh. Like FreeSM's ready.
Okay.
Once Chumbo ready's up, we'll get into this draft.
Should be getting this pretty quickly. I don't expect any big ban changes, honestly. Maybe the clown's getting replaced instead of Malphite, because there are options from FreeSM on that blue side. Something that I've advocated for in the past, and I would advocate for now, is Rumble. Is a very, very strong champion and has a lot of ways to deal with some of those tanks that Cop likes to play. But in the meantime, there is also ways you could deal with that. You could play the Cho'Gath. You could play even something kind of crazy, like another mage tank. So, or Mundo. There we go. I was trying to find the mage tank in my mind, and I just couldn't do it for some reason.
There we
But
get the band started.
yeah, nothing quite different. But there's a Seraphine call that I mentioned.
I've been a little bit of an advocate for the possibility of a Kale top, but doubt it will ever happen. Especially into this team because it feels like Kale would just be able to free scale for the entirety of this.
Ooh, there's a sign. Syndra ban though. I understand. FreeSM not afraid of the Shaco. Maybe they understand. Hey, we just shouldn't have chased it. For sure. But a Syndra ban is pretty good respect and brand picked up. That's Chumbawumba's kind of signature pick that they like to play around. So I like to see that takeaway from FreeSM.
It feels like they're copying Chumbawumba with that first pick or something.
They just might have a similar pick for sure. But Chumba's probably gonna. I feel like if they want that brand mid lane, because they can force that bot lane and put that into the hands of Fel, who I haven't seen him play it recently enough. But of course, something we've seen at least in houses, if you've ever played with Timberland, has been the Nautilus. So a little bit of a different pick than what we're used to seeing from him in these games with Chumbawumbas, but still a good pick. And I feel like that deters the brand bot as well, because it's pretty hard to pilot in a Nautilus. So brand mid, pretty much confirmed.
Yep, Timmy trying to be an anchor for his team.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, Jaco Clown Man has come back.
The clown is back in the hands of casual plebs. Doesn't want to cement himself as the best frontliner. He says, "I'm going to cause havoc." And Kog'Maw is something we've seen from Black and Blue throughout the season, and usually signals for an enchanter or like a very, very melee engaged champion. There's one in mind, one with a big shield that I hope to see. You're supposed to say the champion. Supposed to say the champion.
Supposed to say the champion.
Yeah, what champion is a big shield?
Lulu.
Yeah, man.
Definitely not Brom.
But they went Brom.
Definitely not as big of a shield as Braum.
My bad. I'm thinking of actual shield.
He's holding a shield.
I know. I'm thinking of not actual shield. I'm talking about
in-game shields.
In-game shield. The
game.
big thing on the HP bar. Kog'Maw Braum is actually a really, really strong lane, and it's something that we've seen from them in the past, and as well is so iconic. It got a Western team pretty far in international competition. So I like to see Cog Braum, and Jhin Nautilus though is a pretty good response to it, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think this obviously is locking down the brand for the mid, so it'll be interesting to see what Chumbawumba picks for both their top and mid laner, and if they're going to do what they've done last time on red side and pick their top laner on R4 and their mid laner on R5 for true counter pick.
Yeah. Or actually be a pretty good sub 2, feels like. Karma wouldn't be bad here from Chumba. I feel like the big thing would be you go Jhin instead of Nautilus there, and then you Karma on 3 into Braum. Another option would have been Rakan as well, because Rakan into Braum is able to pretty much dance your way in and out really, really quickly, but I don't feel like Rakan's a Tim champion as much as Nautilus, so not too shocking. And now the adaptation being 2 Astros bands here, Corki and Rise, but that's something that we haven't seen too much of in the mid lane.
Well, I was wrong. Apparently, we just picked Acel.
Yeah, apparently we just slam Acel.
Good scaling. So it makes sense, but we do have Jhin plus Shaco and Nautilus to try to hold us out till the mid to late game.
Yeah, but we can see more beef bought by FreeSM. They want to just last against Acel. Acel's a good way to stop engages, but FreeSM doesn't really engage. Neither side really has too hard engagements at the Nautilus, so could be pretty off-character fights from Chumbawumbas, and a good call out there. Warwick is open and Warwick is secured.
Yep. He's going to taste their fear for not banning that champ, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Is that Warwick from Arcane?
Is that Warwick from Arcane?
Is that... Forgot he's in Arcane.
Insert name, champion name here from Arcane.
I mean, there's like a lot of them in Arcane. There could be an Arcane. Is there an Arcane champion that could be picked in top lane at R5 here against Mundo?
Mm,
That's not one
There
of
will
them.
be in a couple of
Beck's
patches.
back.
Yeah, there will be in a couple patches.
Hit him with the Gnar.
Debo. Damn.
I'm not sure how I feel about
Singed. That's a good call out. Thank you, Kazuto. There could have been
that. Oh, yeah,
Singed.
Singed. Yeah, it could have been Singed.
And the
Not
gamble
then.
is up. Get your predictions in once again for the team you think is gonna take themselves to match point by winning game number 3.
Yeah. Chumba rounding out their comp pretty well with the Gnar, not from Arcane, sadly, but adding that extra form of engage, able to kind of pull that target that's being hooked by Nautilus either closer towards this Acel and Jin, able to do their job. Jin has a good long range fight, but Acel really has to be in that threat, and that puts him in a bad spot against this Mundo and Warwick. But in the meantime, FreeSM brand bounces, Kog'Maw long range, Bramalt, it's going to be a pretty hard team fight for either of these teams to really pilot.
Mm-hmm. And it also feels like we're even squishier than last time. Yes, we do have the Nautilus, but support tank usually isn't the really realistically that tanky in comparison. And Gnar can just get absolutely one tapped in mini Gnar form, so it's a little bit scarier because I feel like with the volley you're like a very solid tank, but with this Gnar, it's gonna be a little bit harder. I feel like our team comp overall is a lot less squishy, and I feel like FreeSM's team comp is a lot easier with the Kog'Maw plus the brand, and we have our frontliner being Mundo and Braum, and Mundo's frontline so takes up so much damage, and then Warwick is kind of our in-between fighter.
Yeah, it's going to honestly, this is more exciting team fighting, and it gives outplay power to Astros and casual plebs again, and it also gives outplay power to both Delta Centaria on this Mundo and to Mothra on this Warwick, who's played phenomenally throughout the series. Hawkeye six pack also on the brand, very consistent. So many scatters. Forcing that ban out is pretty important, and as well as Kog'Maw in the hands of Black and Blue has been deadly throughout the season.
Yeah, I would like to see
Big
this
vote
brand
coming
put
out
in
from
some.
TJ with 31k on Chumba.
Damn.
Okay, now I get to hedge. Okay, I was waiting to hedge. I'm hedging.
He's hedging. He's hedging.
I'm hedging. I was gonna say this brand. I'd like to see some aggression a little bit, and hopefully the mid lane can shadow him on it. But I feel like this brand should have early advantage against Aurelion Sol. I'm just hoping that the Warwick is there to be able to capitalize on the aggression, because Aurelion Sol, I'm pretty sure, can have a little bit of a rough time with brand, at least early on into the game, just due to
Yeah.
like the damage difference. Aurelion Sol not having scaled yet, but
Mhm.
obviously
Oh,
that probably changes around as he scales into the game. But
oh. Timberland dropped 100,000 on Chumba this game.
Holy.
now I'm hedging even harder.
I don't even know how you get 100,000 skulls at all. So it seems everyone. Oh my god, my winnings. No, yeah, you're getting nothing, my friend. It's so sad to be you. And then all the hedgers are coming in here. That's 2 people against the rest in this cast here. For Chumbawumbas. I'm of course rooting for Chumbawumbas, but I also would like to get some of those Tim points just in case, because I'm okay
Yeah,
losing a couple hundred. It's okay.
This is where
you
you
know,
bring out the hedge.
This is where we bring out the hedge.
I bid pretty big. I bid 1K for FreeSM. Pretty
Yeah, I don't
big
have
bet.
Spend
1K.
Bet. Big
Yeah,
spender.
don't spend all that in one place.
Oh, don't worry, I will.
Oh, sad. All good. Going to this game though, something interesting that I do want to call out. Not as like I'm not being mean when I'm saying this, but Cop on this Gnar is going to be a little interesting because the Volibear was very, very good late game. He's frontline super well, targeted the right people, created so much space. But the problem is that early game was so shaky, and Mundo very much deals with Gnar pretty well, in my opinion.
Yeah, and the fight thing is, Mundo's punish timer is early game, and you need to be very good at punishing early, very aggressive, and understanding your wave states to actually properly punish this champ. Because champ, once it's outside of an say 2 items, you get quickly outscaled. He's just a tank that scales so ridiculously hard. God, do I hate this champ, but the champ is like very good for a reason.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It you see what I'm typing there, caster chat?
I do.
Hail. Oh my lord. I'm so excited to dig through that. It's gonna be funny. Jumbo can't really engage a fight unless Nara not. Yeah, it's a lot of execution, but they haven't shied away from those comps before, and they've done it before. So not necessarily a bad thing. And Timberland seems to really be wanting to pull these fights. He's putting himself in those spots to do so. So at the same time, I don't mind this kind of comp from them. I just look at it, where are they going to get their damage besides Acel and besides them chasing Shaco? So that's where I'm looking at Dingus Slayer and Timberland to really step up again in this bot lane into a pretty hard matchup, in my opinion. So
It'd
I'm
also
excited
be
to see that.
interesting because Mundo can quite literally face check at least once against Shaco with passive, so they will be able to run a tiny bit. And I hope they don't get this in their mind to run after Shaco, but they could use Mundo passive to clear a Shaco box or two.
Hopefully they learned their lesson from last game and said, all right, don't just chase this Shaco.
Yeah.
Yes, hopefully we've learned our lesson.
Yeah. Don't chase the Shaco. Don't get cold feet at objectives. Buy pink words.
Yeah, there's a reason why there's a Shaco main literally called a Chase Shaco. Like,
There's
can we
pink
make it
word
more
and
obvious?
Chase Shaco.
Yeah, there's
Chase
multiple.
Shaco went crazy. Well, didn't go crazy, but he just started lifting and stopped playing League like a normal human being. Pink word, on the other hand, went a little crazy.
He just doubled down on playing League.
Yeah, he just doubled down on playing League. And it was looking like some pretty good highlight plays
It's 1-1
from
Hale.
Casual.
It's just
Yeah.
He's fixing it. He's fixing it. It's okay.
Calm your titties.
And they swap sides.
damn brave of you to assume my my gender. Holy.
I mean,
Everyone
Can't
has
get this
titties.
man.
everyone's got titties.
Oh, my bad, my bad. I'm wrong. You guys are right.
Is it Team Foreskin again?
Team
Team
Is it?
Foreskin, let's
Oh,
go.
there's a team foreskin.
Foreskin.
Two Team Foreskins, actually.
They're both showing their foreskins.
They're understanding that they're trying to channel the power of Team Foreskin. One last game. It's got to win this game. So Team Foreskin will be up 2-0 in the series.
They're trying to determine which foreskin is better. Skins. Sorry, skins. We got
Which
the
team?
S.
Does there have to be an S?
They're just trying to make it easier to
No,
dock, so they have
but maybe-
the extra skin,
Oh!
you know?
Maybe we're looking for level 1. Oh my god,
Oh,
we're looking for
both-
level 1 on opposite sides.
Both teams are looking for. You know what? I like it a lot. You have the advantage. You have the way to do it, and so might as well give it a shot. The bot side usually a little more valuable, personally, especially with that blue buff. Just because you want to know. I feel like you can get more information off of it. However, looks like nothing is really going to be found for Chumbawumbas. I don't know why they did invade any more than this. Looks like they expected a top lane invade.
Yeah, that's interesting. Wait, double. I think
Double?
we might have made a little bit
Double
of a
back?
mistake. Double ward in that push.
It's okay.
It happens. No worries.
Yeah.
I thought it was a
They're
little
both going to get vision score now.
That's what really matters.
Yeah, that's what really matters. Totally.
My ego gets a little bit inflated each time the vision
Ignore
score-
my crash out in general chat 2 weeks ago about it.
True. Don't worry, I'll ignore you. Smile.
Now who
Wow.
has the sweeper to take out these wards for the real big Bruin?
True.
Yeah, but it doesn't give any more XP anymore. So
True,
stupid,
true.
right? Change that back. Give XP.
Rito, please.
Rito, please give Wards XP. It was good.
It was good. I don't know why they took it
But
away. It just
exciting.
makes it.
Check it out. I can look at
so-
gold now.
I know.
Oh! Technical difficulty solved. Big.
Yes, sir. But both teams essentially 5-pointing. At this point, you see a little bit of a vert jungle going on as Mothra's in the correct side of jungle. Casual Plebs, though, on the other hand, also in his own side. So nothing too crazy going on. Both going to be clearing towards the bot side, so not
Well,
too
Jin
bad.
will like playing against Braum because concussive blows have 4 on it, so first you need to apply 1 and auto.
Yeah, but when he
more.
says 4 that time, he gets stunned
Yeah,
instead of
but
doing
but it's
a lot of
4.
damage. It is
But it's
4.
4.
He goes, "Fuh."
Jungle getting invaded, but the camps are already cleared. I think
Yeah,
the thing is
I
that
like that.
FreeSM should know that Shaco was doing red side because obviously he wasn't on blue side. And by the time the ward died, we didn't see Shaco enter or damage blue buff, so we should know the Shaco probably is doing something in our side of the map, or attempting to, but
Yeah, for sure. And I do like this
He's
too.
still
They're
looking
using
for
that. Yeah, that Kog'Maw Braum is doing a lot of damage on the poke though. Found
Shaco
on a Kog'Maw.
is
The
found
stun
Warwick.
getting blocked. Mothra though on this red buff is dying. The Ignite putting in so much work. This Warwick can't heal up.
No.
Casual Pubs getting that solo kill in the invade. That's why we invade top lane when we get that push. Good push from Cop. Good call probably from Casual and Cop to get that invade, get that vision. And that's gonna be red buff also claim the smite. Casual gonna try and make his way out of here. Fell getting not getting that stun down. Though Casual Pub's gonna fall to the a 1-for-1 trade actually flashes used
nice
by
dodge.
Bell. Yeah, nice dodge from Hawkeye Sixpack making his way out of there, getting that kill as well. So not too bad, but huge thing for Chumbawumbas. This Shaco's already cooking.
Oh, the Shaco's going to be online sooner.
Yeah, I feel so
Good.
bad for Mothra. They literally did the invade to get vision and say, alright, Shaco started topside, I'll start topside and not get invaded. And then
Oh,
he still
black
gets
and
invaded.
blue.
Oh yeah, Black and Blue got caught out. This Jhin doesn't have force shot, forcing the barrier and the flash out from Black and Blue, though he has to respect it. Astros, from that invade, though, has no mana, so he's going to have to TP and just
Into
lose
a
a...
blue and red buff, boy, which has got to feel
Yeah,
pretty bad. We're
the Timberland
baiting a
wants this
little
so
bit
bad, but
with our...
he doesn't have vision, so this could go bad. He's going to find the hook and a fell, but the back is being committed by Mothra, so in the end, not actually that bad. So the pushing into bounce is just not going to go punished this time around.
Yeah, I would really like to see Shaco should just come bot, I think, and skip camp and just try to dive this if Black and Blue is really going to stay here this entire time. I think this is hella illegal.
Yeah, this
Especially
has
with the
to get
HP
punished.
having no barrier.
You have to go bot as a jungler, right?
Yeah, he's coming down.
He's so
Maybe?
late though.
Oh my god, it's going to take forever.
Yeah,
I know he got... he's not going to be down there.
No.
At least by the
Honestly,
time the wave dies.
big for FreeSM though. They're gonna make their way out of this, and that's a pretty. We take those little bits of wins if you're FreeSM.
We do indeed take the little wins. This brand doing a little bit of damage, having both blue and red buff, is able to just throw out abilities willy-nilly.
Willy nilly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This Gnar looking a little bit overextended.
Yeah, he
Hits the
doesn't have
suitcase.
vision. Hits the suitcase is gonna keep him slowed down.
Flash.
Forced to flash
Gone.
out. It's a respect flash. It's a good flash, but no vision is getting punished. And overextending has a lot of gold in their inventory right now, so not good. Casual Pubs on the
Oh,
Shaco.
they instantly know he's there.
Yeah.
If they're paying attention.
Yep, they do. Casual Pubs gonna get stunned out on the Shaco, trading out for that Dark Harvest stack. It's pretty worth. In the meantime, but Poke's gonna land on a Braum. He's gonna cancel that auto. Good cancel. They're just being
Azure can
so
just Q
oppressive.
under, I think, and then just plop. I mean, I'm surprised he's not going for this, but he doesn't have flash, so it's not like...
Yeah. He has the Ignite coming up just now, too, so...
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world not going for this. But I feel like it would be a good dive just to go 1-for-1 for. Maybe dropping
Yeah.
or losing Jhin dying, getting the kill, of course. So, like, Shaco throws, burns whatever block is coming from Braum, but you also don't want to really dive the Braum with the shield. It's just too much what-ifs that you don't want to be playing around.
Yeah, it's very much too many what-ups, especially since all our sums are down as well.
Oh, welcome back.
Camera going crazy.
The Shaco is again looking at Warwick's blue side.
Yeah, and
Warwick-
ganking the flashless and dashless mid laner is going to be pretty good. Mothra's is mid lane. Casual Plus showing. Timberland showing. The
Oh, the
flash
hook
up
goes
going wide.
Ooh,
But this
the arm
Ace
from
ult
Aurelion
is
Sol.
found. But this
Oh my
Brandel
God,
putting in so
Brand!
much work.
He has the
Hawkeye
Brand!
Sixpack making his way out of here. There's no damage to be followed up from that ult from Astros. And the hook going wide. That's Hawkeye Sixpack getting a kill. And just a failed gank from Casual Plebs and Tim.
That's gotta feel terrible. That's crazy that he gets out of there. Well, I think Hawkeye determined that he had enough burns this game, so he went TP. Oh, totally forgot about that.
He's also a very hot guy this game since he's on fire.
And that is true. That argument also
spreading
works.
the fire.
Oh, Mothra is caught out.
Yeah,
We're very much dead.
He's gone. Oh, flashed, but Cop should be able. No, isn't gonna chase him up. Mothra has to flash out. Didn't get a grubs. That's gonna be all the grubs now claimed. Good rotation from Cop and a good play from Dingusley in the bot lane. He's still alive. They can't gank this Jhin, so it's honestly just net positive for Chumbawumbas.
Yep. Feel like that's for sure. Able to push off and get flash from jungler. I'm surprised that he lived there, to be honest. I thought he'd die.
Me too. Maybe like a canceled auto from the Nautilus or something like that could have been the difference maker, but it's okay. We still got the grubs. We got what we were actually looking for. This Brand is a menace in the mid lane, but everywhere else pretty evened up, honestly. So not the game. FreeSM has been thriving off of their early game leads, using that like 5K, 6K goldies we've been so accustomed to these last games, and just slapping with their wall. But now at this time around, they don't have that lead that they had earlier.
Hawkeye does have flash. Will he need to use it?
He is running down towards his team. He's trying to get to Dragon. He's going to escape the
slow.
Ace. Casual Plebs, though, is forced to
We know which
clone
one is the real one
pretty
because
late.
it's
Yeah, we know
burning.
which one's the real one. They're just going to get rid of that clone so that we don't have to deal with it. Hawkeye trying to make his way out of there just so he doesn't get feared up by it. The clone's going to go with the Shaco. So Dragon stopped, though. Not great. They don't know which one's the real one.
Concussive. Oh, beautiful.
Oh, good Glacial Fissure. Casual
Glacial
Plebs
Fissure.
caught. Mothra gonna get that kill. Oh, the flash from Hawkeye Sixpack is gonna get caught by the Brand, but the Brand ult didn't bounce. But he's still dead. This Brand does so much damage. Timberland keeping this fight going for so long. This Jhin has so much damage. Timberland gonna claim that kill. The force shot going wide. Timberland caught out. The Oracle keeping him dead. Actually, not alive, dead, keeping him still. And Hawkeye Sixpack making his way out of that fight, but he stopped. Chumbawumbas stopped the Dragon, but at what cost?
Yeah, that was crazy. That flash over, and I thought I got unlucky because the Brandar got spaced a little bit, but he got hit the Q and then the W, and the Aurelion Sol just died. I was not expecting that, but you know, Brand does a lot of damage. I'm surprised we didn't get drag.
Yeah, the Ace ult once again just kind of stuck out of the fight. Not able to contribute quite yet, and we can see he's running that Rylai's first. Something we've been calling out in the Yapcast quite often is how important Rylai's is for Ace ult, and a lot of the champions that do want it, Mordekaiser, Ace ult, Brand, Heimerdinger. We haven't seen a Heimerdinger, but those champions like Rylai so much because it makes their lives easier. Timberland gonna miss the hook again. A good dodge from Hawkeye Sixpack. He's been dodging these Nautilus hooks pretty well throughout this game, besides that one in the mid lane, but he still lives, so who cares?
That's true. Yeah. I think Rylai's makes. Ooh.
Timberland caught. Concussive blows stacked. Timberland dead. The Ace ult is found. The flash forward from fell. He flashed into a fear, so he's not able to get those concussive blows started onto Ace ult. Ace ult making his way out of there.
Yet.
Yeah, they don't have Glacial Fissure yet. It's coming up pretty soon. They lost the flash. I like the idea of the play, but that Shaco is that X factor that's keeping Chumbawumbas really alive from the prowess of the standard fight from FreeSM.
I think this is a little bit scary for Chumbawumbas. The top laner is CSing just below 10 CS per minute, 102 CS on this Mundo, and this Mundo is going to become scarier and scarier. And this Nard will eventually not be able to deal with this Mundo whatsoever. As Hawkeye,
Astros.
Astros
no.
I think might just be. Oh, he's not dead.
Yeah, he's not dead, but he's
God,
chunked. Yeah, he's chunked out of the lane. And it's gonna be pretty hard to deal with this. Hawkeye lost ult.
Drag is
that's
not
fightable,
fightable for them.
but the fear was hooked into Hawkeye Sixpack. Just getting chunked out of this fight. Casual Plebs is trying to make something happen. The TP from Astra's coming in. It's a 4v4. The Dragon going to go favor Mothra. Finding good steal. Warwick's going to die. Not going to be able to get the ult up in time. Fell. Caught out. The root going to land. Casual Plebs keeping up this fight going.
Oh my
Dingus Slayer
god, the
also
brand
keeping the fight going.
damage!
The brand damage so much. Even without the ult, he hurts. Astra's limping away with his life, but they lost the Dragon, but they won the fight.
Yeah, it's a little hard. It's a little hard to say who in favor. I think the 2 kills probably.
Yeah, I feel like the Dragon is more important.
Is now
yeah.
very much online.
Getting the kills onto Acel is just so hard to deal with. Mothra is getting ran down by this Gnar. The Frenzy doing so much work to keep him stuck on top of you. Hawkeye Sixpack doesn't have the ulti yet. He is chasing and corralling this Gnar away. Chumbawumbas wants those 6 grubs. They used it so well last game to keep them in it. Casual Plebs, though, is going to catch a Hawkeye Sixpack. He's stuck in between the Venn diagram. Fear 1, gonna land. Hawkeye Sixpack walking his way out. Mothra getting just barely out of range from Hook, but getting feared up by those boxes, chunking him out. Chumbawumbas controlling space so well. They look like they're just back to their usual selves.
Yep, they're in the entirety of the... Oh, they were in the blue side for... Well, that's a weird Aurelion Soul are on the map. But Chumbawumbas... It was like in the corner or something.
Did he ult the grubs, though?
I don't know. I thought
it was just outside of groups.
Yeah. He
So,
must
like,
have done
his
it. Does he
animation
get
was
stacks? Does ult give you stacks on killing?
I don't know.
Because if it does, I can see why. Because that'll one-shot all the little guys. And so he'll get like 10, 15 stacks or like 20 stacks really quickly. And there isn't really anything to contest.
I don't know if Cobb can walk this
just
way.
From putting the W down and things dying in it.
So maybe he did that. Just like guaranteed all their deaths before anything really happened. But it's fine. Still Dingus Slayer side laning super well. He's up farm on the Kog'Maw actually while he's been farming in a tower in a 1v2. Cop though losing so much HP. He's actually keeping up with farm really well. Only about 10 down against this Mundo who isn't necessarily getting a lot of help, but it's a pretty hard matchup for Gnar to deal with outside of Mega.
Yeah. This is just a really slow, ironic burn. Because we have Brand on our team, but Mundo just does, I have Warmog's passive, I will abuse that permanently for the rest of this lane, and Gnar can't really do anything besides trying to all-in him, and then probably not killing him, and then getting chunked.
Yeah.
He's
gonna be losing this wave.
Rush the bleed. Do you think that?
Grievous Wound.
Yeah, the Grievous Wound.
It's definitely going to be helpful for fights.
Yeah, for sure. You've got to deal with that Warwick and the Mundo during the fights is going to be life steal, but the second he's out, he's going to heal it up. So it's just, can we kill the Mundo in one fight? And if the answer is no, it's a useless buy. If the answer is yes, it's a great buy. In the meantime, though, that's the entire first turret claimed. Fell, though, a little caught out on this Braum, though, getting the concussables stacked up onto Timberland. Found Casual Plebs as well on the Shaco. They've got the concussables to know which one is the real one. The stun's gonna land on 3 people. Triple stun onto FreeSM, though. They found the clone, I guess, so a little consolation prize and a little bit of a way to deal with your anger. Oh no, the Shaco is hanging around against Black and Blue. Just gonna walk it out. They don't really want to deal with it, but they're still chasing Shaco.
Man, I don't know if they've learned.
I don't know if they learned. They got their gold lead, though. 15 minutes, but 2K.
They have a gold lead.
But we have thrown a bigger gold lead.
True. But our chances are different, so.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world for FreeSM, especially with how fed this Mundo is. Look, he's just absolutely demolishing Cop in the side lane there. He's got that full item with the Warmogs.
Don't
just
worry,
so much work.
He'll be full HP in just a second, Smile.
He's gonna get his reset off and probably buy his next item with how well he's been farming right now. Yeah, he's buying up so much there. Second dragon coming up. You don't quite need to rotate your top laner yet, but they can. Top tower's gone. Gnar's down HP, so he's gonna have to reset and then TP late without anything stacked. Casual Plebs is messing around on the Shaco. a lot. Could get caught out.
He got the Q follow.
You got the Q
No, it's the
fall. They
wrong one.
found the real.
No,
They found the clone. Actually, the curtain is going to open up.
Oh, beautiful
Zelda
block.
blocking that fourth shot. The TP coming through with Nar. Nar has nothing stacked, so he's going to have to desperately get the stack to try and get this re-engage in. The root just going to miss. Delta Centaria still has that passive on the Mundo. He's probably going to wait for Warmogs to stack up, and they're just going to try and refight here. Never mind. Mundo goes where he pleases, chasing down that backliner, and now into the front line of.
Oh no!
Good.
Black and Blue got caught.
Black and Blue got caught. The Kogma passive trying to run down Chumbawumbas. Delta Star getting bursted by this Shaco. Where are you? Astros though getting followed by Mothra on the Warwick.
Cop the Norar.
The Noral's gonna go wide. Mothra trying to sustain, but the Jin does so much damage with that fourth shot. Execute. Casual Plebs also. And the Asol also. There's so much damage for Chumbawumbas. That team fight prowess is just shining.
Yeah, really great hook by Tim there. Snuck it by Delta to get on right onto Black and Blue.
Yeah, huge.
Once we
Huge
got a
hook.
little bit chunked, we probably should have backed, unfortunately, as FreeSM, especially with our Cog.
Yeah, I don't even know where Mundo HP disappeared. I don't think he actually knows where it went either, but the big thing, he has no resistances yet. So, like, yeah, Mundo's so tanky in that side lane where he's able to get that sustain up, but what happens when you're in these team fights where there's so much more damage coming at you is you have no resistances, so you're just going to get bursted so quickly. Black and Blue losing so much HP against this Asol. Oh my lord.
Yeah, that's crazy. I was gonna say, it's more about with the Mundo second item power spike into starting to get resistances. That's when Mundo becomes scary. We need to wait a little bit longer before we start getting our Heartsteel procs, and then able to get some actual resistance items because we only have Swifties plus Warmogs and only HP.
He's working on the bonk scale item next tactic.
Yeah, but it could be a mistake because the amount of times that we got autos off in that early lane while we were still building up Warmogs could be instead spent stacking and getting that HP also built up, and now since we aren't building it, it's just gonna be a lot harder to really push.
A little bit too aggressive.
Yeah, he's going pretty aggressive on this Braum. We saw him do this last time though. In Friday, the curtain's gonna open up. Fell not gonna quite get cut out, but the big Asol ult shutting down Hawkeye. He was too low. Black and Blue also down. Double kill for Asol. Delta Centaria 1v1ing in the bot lane here. Cop has to run out. You can't continue the fight for too long. Asol, Astros on this Asol putting in so much work.
Yeah, and now the gold lead is actually in Chumbawumbas' favor for once before 20 minutes. Crazy.
Yeah, that ain't Rakan, Fell. That's something that we saw him do last Friday on the Braum as well. Overextending a little bit. Yeah, that ain't Falco. The Rakan allows you to go for stuff like that. And that's a pretty signature pick for Fell, but now he's on Braum, not able to do that, doesn't have really any way to get onto casual plebs, and they have to just chase him through this jungle, and it's just a travesty for FreeSM.
Yeah, it's looking a little bit rough. We are able to get a tier 1 down bot side, but I'm not sure how much that realistically matters.
No, it's just like, it's drops of water, but yeah, Mundo's mid lane.
Oh, he got a hook on somebody.
Maybe he didn't want that.
I don't think he wanted the smoke.
Gone. He did not want that smoke, but Delta Star is caught out. They're gonna get the Mundo passive. Yeah, they're gonna get the Mundo passive. Does a little bit of damage, but once again, Warmogs, he don't care. So
wait for Warmogs, I think. Be a little bit patient. Cop getting clipped by that W from Brand.
He's so low.
Oh, Warwick
onto it. Cop shut down. Why do you have a shutdown? Hey, yo.
Get the tower, get the tower,
get the tower. Yeah, they're gonna get the tower. Casual plebs in the back line trying to get caught up. This Kogma's starting to put in a little bit of work, but Asol's doing a lot of damage as well. The Asol's coming down. Mothra caught out, gonna die. Claimed by casual plebs.
Yeah, we overextended a little bit. We probably, once we got the tower, probably should have just ran. Unfortunate. Oh, but we're trying to re-engage again. God, I hate Aurelion Soul actually having mobility. Oh, the stun hits.
Oh, the stun hit. Dingus Slayer's going to so much HP. Timberland in the fight, landing the knockup. Glacial Fissure going to go a little bit wide. Delta Slayer trying to stop. Timberland gonna die. So is Dingus Slayer. The Jhin is down. The Nautilus is down. Maybe they can go Baron. Casual Plebs is alive. They don't have HP. Mothra is up. They're trying to clear out something. So I feel like, do we go Baron? No, reset.
I
Okay.
don't think so. I think Black and Blue's just a little bit too low, and he doesn't have lifesteal. They did
Yeah.
find casual,
Yeah, he's not too scared of this brand though, but could be scared of this Kog'Maw.
and
Just
the
gonna have to queue
Warwick
his way up.
W passive is on
Yeah.
him, so they do kind of know where he is.
Imagine now we
Yeah,
have bonk item.
I
True.
agree you should have bought it first, because like, he was winning lane, he didn't really need the Warmogs super early.
Yeah.
No, you want to stack it up earlier because then all those free stacks you can get from just trades and lane just help. Even if it's only like 100, 150 stack going into it, that's so many of those early stacks that are pretty annoying and low value.
He's going
Just out of the way.
Titanic. I'm not sure if I feel like I
He needs resistances.
agree with that. Yeah, I feel like we need resistances. I don't think we need
What's a
necessarily the
better
more.
resistance than killing them, though?
I mean, I guess. I mean, if we're thinking we're
Damage
just
is
gonna
mitigation.
4-1 and we're not gonna fight, that's
Such a-
fine. We'll just take their tier 2s, but we have to make sure we're patient enough to play that type of style.
Yeah, he could be. I mean, he can go for the split push, but the damage is mitigation is a thing in MMO, so not necessarily the worst idea in the world. He's gonna do so much damage with this demolish on the tower. Maybe it'll pop up to it really quickly. Not quite gonna get it, but this fight is happening. Ketchup is gonna get tagged out by the Braum. The hook finding Mothra. The big ult. 3-man knockup from this Asol. Astros demolishing them. Depth charge gonna be found. 4-shot onto Black and Blue. Black and Blue solo. Casual Pub's gonna find the knife into the back of Black and Blue. Black and Blue gonna fall. Timberland maybe gonna die to the brand ult. Actually, he's just gone. The Kog'Maw passive as well. Hawkeye 6-pack trading onto Astros. Hot fell. Dashing to try and save Hawkeye. But in the meantime, in the top lane, that was a 4v4, and FreeSM is limping away from that. Oh. Eli with Dedge.
Oh my
Rip
god,
Eli.
I'm sorry. I was muted the
rip
entire
Eli
time.
with.
Oh my god. I literally
Nice
said he
solo
had
dolo.
Ghost, Flash was used, and I just had my mic muted. That's such a tragedy. I'm so sorry. Because I literally
Pleasant
said
sleeper.
Delta can just turn here with Ghost, no? And then he did that and killed him. Oops! Terrible caster. My bad.
I do
I'm
think
taking a nap for sure.
committing Delta to the split push is just pretty smart. If they had done it last game, they probably would have just won also.
Yeah, I think he's just too much of a thorn in their side to actually like deal with like really quickly. And I feel like you just put the entire team on the other side of the map just
Yeah.
to punish if they bring more than one person.
The only one who could really match him is Astros on Asol, and that would take away so much from the 4v4 team fight.
Yeah, at that
Yeah.
point you just take the 4v4 team fight.
So
Definitely at the Astros show this time. I mean,
I feel like
it
at that
was
point,
kinda
then, if we're playing for that split push, we need to go slower with these fights because they feel like it still feels like they want to play those breakneck fights that they're used to, but that's not what it's about. What you're about is just stalling to make time so someone has to respond or they lose.
Yeah.
So like if
I
we're
feel
safe,
like I've said that before as well.
maybe we have a smart top laner in this call. or
Maybe
two
I
of
have a
them.
brain cell or two. I think it's just one and a half brain cells. Sometimes only half the brain cell works. Unlucky. But
Oh, my bad.
yeah, if we're playing any split, we need to make sure our team is playing very slow.
Ton of damage
Oh.
with that bro.
Oh, yeah,
Just a-
and then
just
we
a
wait
bit.
for Warmox.
Yeah, the wait for Morlocks and recharge.
Oh.
Maka though found the but I feel like you
Wait,
still
we're
go for
going
that
wide, we need
anyway.
to run.
They're gonna die. This death charge can't get blocked. The ace ult isn't big, but it doesn't matter. Casual plebs finding
Oh, no,
Kog'Maw.
Window's gonna be here.
Casual
That's gonna
plebs
be too
also
late.
yeah, Window's gonna be too late to this fight. The bot lane from FreeSM is dead,
Oh
and
my
that's
God.
also Delta Centauri. He has no resistances, so he pops to this ace ult and Jhin,
should just
and
be
that's
Baron.
Baron. And this is a team that actually likes taking Baron.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I got caught out there. Hawkeye trying to push that top wave instead of being with the team. And
Yeah, I
lose
don't-
a lot.
I don't know why we're thinking we have a trigger to pull there in mid lane when we can't see a bunch of their members, and we just try to go on Jhin, and Jin's way too far out. Once we use Glacial Fissure, we should have instantly gone back. There's only that play only has a very short timing window, so
Jhin Lord Doms.
yeah, Jhin Lord Dom second item against no armor team.
I mean, that still puts in some work when they do it. It's not great, of course. I definitely would have preferred an IE. But, oh, pause.
I would even argue you could go Mortal Reminder instead.
Well, no, you just buy IE.
No, I'm saying as
IE.
if we're going a pen item,
True.
Mortal Reminder instead.
But we just buy IE.
Yeah, but we just buy IE.
Irregardless.
I definitely
Pause.
agree. The IE is better.
Oh, they fixed it pretty quickly, it seems. We're going to get that little bit of a hiccup because Spectator Client is a great thing.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
buy IE, but
Really.
Mortal better. Yeah. Yeah, Mortal would be really good this game, especially with that Mundo. He seems to be popping pretty quickly, though, thanks to the lack of resistances he bought. So, fourth item, you're just going to have to backspace real quick. There we go. That'll be good. It'll hiccup again, and if it keeps doing it, oh well. But as you can see, it seems FreeSM also heard you, and they have 5 sweepers. So now no wards besides Brahms 3 are going onto the map, which is going to make this map really dark and really hard to control. The other thing you want to be doing into Shaco.
Yeah. That's gonna be a little bit scary. I don't know. I feel like we probably want at least a blue trinket and 1 yellow almost always. It's generally like 3 sweeper, maybe 2 instead, but generally like 2 blues, maybe yellow and 2 sweepers, or 3 sweepers, 1 blue, 1 pink. Not pink, yellow. Jesus.
It's gonna
Different
make this
ward,
map,
idiot.
yeah, this map's gonna be pretty dark for Chumba, but they don't seem to really be bothered by it too much. Dingus Slayer, though, gonna get hit by the briefcase. Is forced to flash out just to save himself. Val, though, maybe trying to make this play. The big thing, though,
Splitting top.
yeah, Aesol splitting top, getting so much done. He has 6 grubs, so this tower is just gone with the Baron, and that should be all the pressure they need to get control of this Baron. Casual Pub's also in the bot lane. Chumbawumbas playing this 1-3-1 beautifully.
Yeah. Very patient.
Yeah, they're playing it so patiently, and now the collapse from FreeSM, though. This is a 3v4. FreeSM still wanting to take it. The big ult from Aesol, going to put in so much work. Black and Blue flashing for it, trying to find Gastros, but Aesol still going to live. The Kog'Maw's dead. Timberland flashing for it, getting that root on to Delta Centaria.
Aesol's dead.
Yeah, Aesol's dead from Warwick. Warwick is chasing. He's got so much regen that he's actually overpowering Mortal Wounds, but it doesn't quite matter. Chumbawumbas has enough gold to actually make it through. Delta Zetaria finally popping that ultimate. Cop doesn't have the damage, but look at the base. Look at the waves. Look at the base. Delta Zetaria has to get that reset off. If you're Cop, you just have to stop some sort of back. You have to keep running. Maybe Delta Zetaria is actually going to run and just stop this. Braum can't stop this. What's he going to do? Sir, no, you can block with your E there. He finally realized it, but maybe it's not game, but that's just an open nexus. At this point in the game, how these fights have been going, FreeSM's just in shambles.
Oh no, this is an absolute tragedy.
It's so sad. Such a good split push from Casual Plus. One of the few times you really want to see your jungler split pushing like that. It's so good, and I feel like it's pretty heads up from Chumbawumbas there just to stand their ground and fight. It's okay if we're gonna kind of get like beaten down pretty hard by this. Look how much FreeSM used for that. Warwick had to just sprint forward. They lost Kog'Maw Flash, they lost Braum Flash, they lost Brand Flash, and we're going into Dragon here. It's sole point.
A quick call out is every time I doubt Chumba, I swear they win. So I'm hoping that because this year has been a curse breaking season, I made my own curse. Now we have to break it all in one season.
Hope he's just out of range.
He's playing on air. Oh my god.
Just breathing on air. That's soul point claimed. FreeSM didn't even contest it. Their base is in shambles.
Yes, this is feeling a little bit rough. And they have Aurelion Soul scaling. We do have Mundo scaling, but I feel like we get a little bit outscaled by Aurelion Soul.
Yeah, we do. And Mundo, still no resistance. Resistance check on the Mundo. 0 bonus resistance bot. Where's he gonna go? Like butter, baby. He's just gone. It's like if they're fighting Butterbean.
Yeah.
But with a gun.
They
have the gun. Not Butterbean.
I don't know why people... I think it would be significantly harder if Mundo had resistances. I played
Yeah.
Renekton into Mundo, and I don't know why people think it's a counter pick. I almost always destroy Mundo. And yes, they think, oh, I outscale. Bro, I go Blade of the Ruined King. What are you outscaling?
Yeah,
You have no resistances.
if they buy nothing and you're just gonna pop, and that's their front line too. That's their major source of front line. Braum also picked up Warmogs here, so he's so stalled on items. Timberland actually want to take that fight, but the hook just gonna kind of be eaten by that wall. So Braum's also pretty stunted on his build, so he's no way to defend this Kog'Maw. So that's probably what Kog'Maw's been flashing forward in a lot of these fights. He just needs to get something. He's feeling like he has to do everything.
Yeah, I think we need a fight where Mothra just is able to just snipe Astros, and we're able to one-shot Astros really early on in the fight.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure if that's possible, but man can hope.
A man can hope. Of course, though, if we're looking at this game objectively, there is still more games to be played after this. This is a best of 5 series, so FreeSM is down but not out from what's going on here. There's still ways for them to come back. A lot of it is going to come down to how they're approaching these fights and how they're dealing, of course, with their macro. Because next game, at least like for this game, you need to be so ready to pull any sort of advantage you get. The next time like you have a chance to take Baron, you just need to take it. Because either you're gonna lose the game, kind of getting bled out by this Ace Soul and by this by how much damage this Jhin is doing, it seems, because no one has armor,
Yeah,
or
now Gnar kind of has a way to deal with the Mundo. He has Blade.
yeah, he's got Blade
So
and his passive
he
from
actually
W.
wins 1v1. Is the thing. His W passive with kiting plus Blade, it's really hard for Mundo to actually win a 1v1 against Gnar right now. And this is just free Baron.
He actually thought there was going to be a fight contest, but Gnar TP mid lane. Honestly, do you think they just like 5-man push some sort of lane or like 3-2 split it?
I think that they just 5-man push top wave after they've already pushed out this. I think there's almost zero reason to do anything else because their Nexus is open and we can just take their inhib. And if, like, Mundo, somebody's going to have to be clearing. So I think they just 5-man push. They just need to make sure they wait until those super minions start to pile up and start to get closer to their base. We don't need to play fast. We can play as slow as we want to. Unless they just give us the inhib tower, but we can play slow. We can wait for supers.
Oh, Hook's actually gonna get found on a black and
Oh
blue.
my
He
god!
got caught again. The Ace go warriored on top perfectly. Mundo's in the back line.
Brand damage.
But the brand damage, putting in so much work. The Warwick dying in the meantime. Casual Plebs getting the Kog'Maw there. Jhin opening up the curtains from the side, from mid lane actually. Chumbawumbas just precisely taking down FreeSM. Delta Centauri picking up a little kill though, but of course, there goes Jhin dealing like 1,000 damage with that 4 shot there, and that's game 2-1 in match point for Chumbawumbas.
Well
Yes,
played,
sir. No, I think that was my edging streak. God, no wait. Actually, I think last game was my edge. Gone. Damn.
What are you
The edge
saying?
lost. I'm saying the edge lost.
Oh, okay.
My bad, my bad.
Has been denied.
Yeah, no edge streak for me, Sam. Trying to relate to the Zoomers with their, brain rot.
Alright.
Trying to
Okay.
maintain that retention. I think I told Halfling this, but we need Subway Surfers down in the bottom corner.
Oh yeah, we were talking about that. Throw it up during draft instead of trying to ramble on about some stuff. We just play Subway Surfers for a bit. But speaking of a little bit of surfing here, Astro's on this Acel surfing straight through the damage charts and playing super duper well. Timberland getting just a little bit of money from this win, of course. But if you're FreeSM, I mean, I feel like a broken record when I say this. Any advantage you get needs to be treated like it's the last one you're ever going to have.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's like, it just feels like we're just letting games slip through our hands a bit. We need to play very patiently, especially since if we're going to go with the Mundo playstyle of splitting, we need to play very patiently and let the Mundo do damage to towers. Because we just tried to take fights when we had a numbers disadvantage or there's just one person, but we're splitting. We just got to realize, no, we can't go for this fight. We just want to stand here. By standing here, We're doing our job. We don't need to use anything to do our job. We just need to let Mundo sit in the side lane, get tier 2 for free, which gives us free gold. But it feels like we're a little bit too impatient to play split at this point.
Yeah, well, Split feels like it's been the name of the game from FreeSM, so maybe going into this break, they're going to be able to kind of regroup, reassess, and just reaffirm what they need to do and what they found success with in the past. But I think we should also be going to a break on a cast here as we wait for these teams to kind of get into draft again for Game 4.
Yes, I'm a
Sounds
hungry
good, sounds
hippo.
good. Be back in a couple minutes.
Lights go down intense, one last chance, no pretense. Crowds will out and wild, victory dreams beguiled. Team fights for the crown, legends never back down. Hearts race and it's life to keep hope alive. Final showdown, here we go. Feel the fire, the warriors glow. Shining bright in every soul. True legends chase the goal. Skill and strategy, enemies, it's you and me. Push the lanes, break the walls, answer destiny's calls. Cheers echo through night, every move perfect and tight. Summoners call her clear, night of glory drawing near. Final showdown, here we go. Feel the fire, the warriors glow. Shining bright in every soul. True legends chase the goal. True legends chase the goal. True legends chase the goal. Skill and strategy, enemies, it's you and me. Push the lanes, break the walls, answer destiny's calls. Cheers echo through night, every move perfect and tight. Summoners call her clear, night of glory drawing near. Final showdown, here we go. Feel the fire, the warriors glow. Shining bright in every soul. True legends chase the goal.
All right, we are back for game number 4.
We are? I'm kidding.
We are?
We are.
FreeSM
Match
picking
point.
blue side once again. Still believe in the power of the first pick.
Well, it could be the last game of the series.
We're getting our food on real quick as a caster. Sorry.
How
We're
dare you
hungry.
eat? Who said you were allowed to do that?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Mm. No eating for 2 more days. Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
at least.
Yeah, Hailstrom keeps us in the basement and starves us.
True.
Yeah, we're being whipped to casters. I stole some of his Reese's cups from Halloween that he left around.
Mm.
Best candy.
There was random mac and cheese in the fridge I stole.
Someone's giving out take 5s, and my 1-year-old got one. I'm like, you don't need the glory of this candy yet. I will eat it.
No, that's my candy. What an adult thing to do. Adult tax.
That's actually great. That's so mean.
The dad tax. He doesn't know. What do you mean?
You papa taxed it. That's crazy.
Hey man, sometimes I gotta get taxed.
Good thing I don't have a dad, so I can't get papa tax.
I'm lucky. Well, you don't have to be a dad to pop attacks. You can just pop attack someone.
No,
Yeah,
that's true. That's true.
I'll just swing by your place and steal all your candy too.
Yeah.
No, I'll just do it to the girl that I like. Smile.
Smile.
Oh.
Anyway, enough about the food conversations. We should be running pretty soon into this draft, and it's the story of the series. It's been this first pick on blue side has been very important, but Chumba has been taking away that Seraphine that feels like FreeSM has wanted this whole time. Also, we're still on pause screen. However,
Well, for fun, we're jumping into draft. Let's go.
and for fun, we're jumping really quick into draft.
I love to forefront it.
So we're gonna see, is Chumba gonna ban out the Seraphine again? And is FreeSM going to bite the bullet and ban Shaco?
Yeah.
I feel like you
I
gotta
guess-
just ban the Shaco. It's been so annoying.
And if we're if we're not able to adapt to a certain type of play style mid match, we're kind of just forced to. So I think the right call is definitely banning the Shaco.
Yeah, for sure. It needs to go. It's been a terrorist for 2 games in a row, and a little bit of an elo terrorist just throughout the season.
Don't
Now
vote
it's
me
gone.
MVP.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I've got bad news for you, Mr. Casual, so.
Yeah. Maybe
Mm,
you shouldn't have played Shaco, casual. I don't
Stop
know.
Yeah, you
being
shouldn't-
such
you
an
shouldn't have
MVP if you don't want to get picked.
stop just like being the GOAT during those early and mid games, it's okay.
Ooh, the Zyra for hot guy.
Yeah, it was left open. Seraphine was banned instead, and a Mumu. It's his signature pick. We haven't seen it too often. It's been pretty much universally banned against him, but that means that there's an answer in the Yasuo.
He's on the win, brother.
Ah, shitters.
Oh
Wind shitters, that is.
my.
Oh, fudge!
It was left
always take 2
open.
and get a bit.
It's Astros
And the
on the
Malphite.
Yasuo, and the Malphite picked up. That was the ban that FreeSM had to drop, and it's something that it's been banned against Astros. And talking to Chumbawumbas, they've been like, yeah, we've never really looked into actually playing it that much recently. We've been more preferring the Yone, and that's gone. Malphite's open. So now it's super good, and Volibear is the response.
That's a little bit scary. We can't really play team fights. Or if we play team fights, we have to play them very spread out. That is absolutely terrifying. We just get the easiest go button for Yasuo of all time. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, a little behind the scenes info. Casual is working on like 3 or 4 hours of sleep and is still playing like this on that Shaco. So
Oh,
it's just a beast.
built different.
He's
That's
just
why,
built different.
regardless, he's gonna be our MVP, right? Right? We're gonna get him
Just
in here.
maybe.
Well,
But,
regardless
this
of
game
outcome.
goes.
No,
Something-
regardless of outcome.
Oh my. He heard.
We hit him
he
with the
heard us.
Nunu.
With the Nunu. Another solid knock-up option. Something hard to deal with. Zyra also struggles to deal with Nunu because by the time her snare is really hitting Nunu, Snowball is already coming at you and you're in range. You have to flash it. But FreeSM opting into complete comfort picks here. Zyra for Hawkeye, Volibear for Delta, and fell on his signature Rakan finally. So we're going to be able to see him do those funny little wards that he's been kind of moving for, but getting punished, and now it's so much harder to punish. Kog'Maw, though, and Brand banned out.
Yeah, they don't want the tank shredder. Kog'Maw. Curious to see what we'll pull on bot lane instead. Obviously, Brand. We know Dingus plays out a lot, very reliable. Plus, very reliable source of AP damage is generally how Chumba's draft is 180, 1 AP, 2 tanks, and an enchanter is most of the time the general way that Chumba plays, but they do end up mixing up with the Shaco drafts whenever they do Shaco.
Yeah. Comfort, I guess, for both teams. Dingus Slayer grabbing his Ziggs. We've seen a lot of good success from it. Him on the Jhin last game was phenomenal in that weak side, giving Timberland so much time to just exist and vibe and just sprint around the map. But now Sivir's a good way to kind of stop you being one of the targets for Malphite as an ult because you can just spell shield it, but there's still going to be a Yasuo on top of the other people around you getting ulted. So I don't quite know how good it is, especially with how distant Chumbawumbas is going to be in these team fights.
It'll be interesting to see.
Will be
I'm
interesting to
very,
see.
very, very hopeful that we don't lose this game, but you know, I'm also maybe not that hopeful. Might have all just been sarcasm because I'm terrified of this combo that Chumba has created. Oh, and we
And
finish off with a Thresh.
You getting a little tired there, big boy?
Mayhaps.
You mayhaps.
Couldn't be. Come on. Now.
Mayhaps be a little
Couldn't-
tired.
Mayhaps be a little tired. Couldn't be. Okay, though. Sejuani's a solid frontliner to deal with some of this poke from Ziggs, but I mean, when you look at Chumbawumbas, this is just back to their bread and butter. Tim on something that can make a play, either it being Sona ult or Thresh or Nautilus in this case, 2 damage sources, 1 AP, 1 AD, and then just engage frontline beefy boys. From the other members from Chumbawumbas being casual plebs and cop. But a big thing, I will
Casual plebs
actually
go full
crash
AP.
out live on cast if Casual Plebs builds AP. I swear to God, dude. It's such a bait. Please don't. I know you're listening to this right now. I'm looking at you right now. Don't, for the love of God, build AP. It's so bad.
Have you
It's
not watched
not
the
even
Kesha
funny.
clips though? Oh my god.
Oh my God, the one clip he gets every day, minus and then he loses LP in every stream.
The gamble is up once again. Get those votes in. Are you trying to support FreeSM to get that game number 5, or do you
I'm
think
all inning all
Chumbawumbas
320 of what I've got.
is gonna take it down? We got 80K going over.
Tim, you have more than that. Don't
by
be
Timberland.
weak.
That's
Tim,
about
Tim,
drop the
put it
rest of
all
it.
out.
Tim, put it
Drop
all
the
out.
entire wallet.
Drop the entire ball. You know you've got it.
All right, we're hedging again because of Tim.
The Tim.
I'm hedging. Oh, sorry.
I put my 300. I can't wait to win 4 for this game. Anyway, but
1.1. I bid 1.1.
from FreeSM, something that we've kind of been seeing throughout the series is multiple carry options, stable lanes, and solid scaling. And what we're seeing, it's never been an issue with draft with them. It's always been just play styles and cold feet.
Yeah, whether or not it's us needing to like move on to a Baron and instantly call it out, or us just playing into the hands of our opponents because they were playing Shaco. It's a lot of times of maybe a possibility of self-doubt coming into our game style of how we're playing everything and questioning our calls and not just trusting a call or thinking about it for a second, trying to reset their mental mate. That could possibly be reason why that's getting a little bit more difficult for them. But still, they can win this game. FreeSM can win this game and bring us to Game 5, or the series could be over.
Those are indeed the options.
Let's go.
Maybe
I
they
love
are.
knowing. I love being a knower. Thank you, Timberland.
Timbo.
Finishing up
Timmy!
that 100K.
Timmy the
Oh,
goat.
Timber with the points.
Timmy the
Thank-
goat.
Timmy the goat dropping the rest of his 100K into the bets, of course. But we're going to be going to the speculate pretty quickly here. And I talked about the standard comp, but so we talked about the Malphite Yasuo comp. I imagine everyone here knows what Malphite Yasuo can do. But Elwood, is there a way you can kind of put into terms just how powerful this combo is?
Malphite hits hard, Yasuo hits hard, the team fights on.
Are you sure?
If they get more than 3 people. If they get 3 people or more.
I see.
It's
Do you
very,
care to
very
elaborate
much.
on that?
Sure. So, like, Malphite engage is like extremely powerful, but it's not only that, it's the fact that he just ends up he R's and then he slows everybody's movement speed within the R. Not movement speed, sorry. I'm at attack speed. Idiot. So it gets really hard for people to fight back after that, and the Yasuo ultimate ability giving 50%. Well, it depends on what level the R is, I believe, but it gives you a bunch of armor penetration as well. So once the Yasuo is on top of all the carries too, it feels pretty doomed.
Does feel
Well,
bad when he ults on you, but they do have a lot of good CC, so if they can position well, maybe they can get around it. But we know Yasuo is one of Astros's go-to champs, so we'll have to see if he pops off on it for taking home the finals.
Sell the house, buy Doomstack. Thank you, Tactic. Another thing that we kind of noted in the last draft from Cop is he played that Gnar, and his job was really to flank. We never quite saw too many flanks from him on the Gnar. Nothing like terrible. But Malphite also specializes in doing that as well. And I'd be kind of worried either maybe he's still hiding a little extra something, the 110%, if you may. But at the same point, that could be the one angle that FreeSM has is maybe Chumbawumbas just isn't so good at setting up those flanks and those flank wards and getting that push. And that's your way back. And if Malphite's coming straight at you, you know what's coming, you know who's going to be ulting on, and you know how to space it out.
It's definitely coming from outside vision is definitely for the Malphite's favor, and I think last game there was a decent amount of vision control from the side of Chumbawumbas. It seems like generally they do pretty solidly on their vision control. Obviously they also had Shaco, which gives you boxes, which kind of gives you vision as well, but every 5 minutes or so, Malphite's able to do banana combo. Well, if he hits it, it's not a banana combo, but just flash R is very, very potent.
Oh, I was trying to talk, but I was muted. I agree. I kind of like both comps. I feel like the Chumbawumbas is far more snowbally, since they have Nunu. But like
That's a good one.
if they start winning, then just the Malphite and Yasuo, it's gonna be so hard to play around for FreeSM.
Yeah, looks like we have Sedge on our team, I feel like FreeSM seems a little bit more boring.
I'm boring.
I mean, there's never a problem with the Sejuani as a frontliner.
No, there isn't.
Never has been.
Yeah, and you can pull snap engages really, really well with it. And the follow-up is going to be huge from the Zyra, from the Rakan, and that Sivir ult's going to make it hard to run away, which, hey, three of them seem pretty prone to chasing people, so a good way to chase them is to get a little extra movement speed. So not a bad pickup in the Sivir, and her scaling going to be pretty useful.
I think you are going to be mad.
Zyra's
What do you
back
mean?
to Ignite.
Look at the runes.
Oh,
Look
yeah,
at the
I am.
rune setup.
Dude, ain't no way he heard me.
Nah, ain't no way.
Ain't no way he heard me. And is like, nah.
Oh.
Trumba wins a skin game. True, they do not have no team has foreskin, sadly.
Unfortunate, there's no team.
All
fighting this game.
circumcised.
How can any team win
I'm
now?
just kidding. My bad.
Don't you dare call my one trick boy. Thank you, Boomy. Yeah, I don't. The reason I don't like AP Mount Nunu so much, it's not just because of like solo queue trauma. It's also what you provide as the champion is that front line. Your kit is kind of designed around sitting in there for a long time and soaking damage, spending so long on the ult, spending so long just taking everything up with the Malphite, because Malphite's going to be engaging. Someone else needs to make a line in between your Thresh and Ziggs and everyone else, and it can't be Thresh. He's going to flay and then they're just going to run on top of him. But a level 1 plan, yeah, from the hook champion, Fel isn't positioned deep enough to see it, so could be a mistake coming. Oh, he's going to spot it out. He's got the W too, so he should be able to just walk it out. Really nice. Should be able to get this out. Huge. I respect it. I respect the invade attempt, and I like them still going for this. Never mind. They're
Go
done.
for it, Timmy! Oh my gosh.
Unlucky, but still not a bad attempt. But as I was saying, the problem with AP Nunu is once you drop that snowball, you can just pop, and you become so snowball. Pardon the pun intended. You become so snowbally that it's a detriment to your team. If you're not ahead, you'll lose. If you're even, you'll lose. you're behind, you lose. You have to be ahead. You have to have like 3 kills right away, and if you don't, you kind of just throw your snowball, chunk someone by 30% HP, and that's it.
Oh, does that get push first? Oh, here comes the Astros. Oh,
the
he took a
Astros special.
power shot though. That's not the Astros special.
Yeah, the classic Yasuo's outplaying themselves in mid lane is going to definitely be an issue with that E-start, as always.
Poking off the shield again. Okay,
Yeah.
hit the Q.
play,
Hit the Q. Let's go.
play by playing the mid lane trading. Let's go.
Let's go. That's
Cheese
the only
wheel?
play-by-play I can. Cheese wheel.
Cheese
Holy-
wheel.
Pleb's just
Let's
walking
go.
through, going, time to get the next buff.
Yeah, he did steal that. Did he steal that buff? Oh no, he still got his own buff.
Yeah,
Oh.
he just took red and 2.
Yeah, he probably tried to go for a little mid lane snowball we missed. Sadly.
Yeah. He's trying to snowball. What
Yeah,
we talked about.
Yeah, I
I
don't
feel like
quite
he's
know.
listening to the stream.
He may be in fact getting some insider info onto
That's
this.
crazy. 3 minutes late though.
True. Well, they get the stuff in draft, so
That's true. That's true.
not the end of the world. But oh, good knockup is actually getting so much.
But
The
we
camera's
went
stuck
not
in
under
the
gonna-
tower.
No, the ignite flash forward, just gonna save him. Flash is traded. Oh, almost. But Astros still has the TP, so he's able to come back pretty quickly. He's also got D shield, so he's gonna be sustaining a pretty. He's not like too worried about sitting on low HP. D shield, you generally like to be sitting around 20 to 30% HP. The snowball coming into mid lane, you can't dodge it.
God,
He doesn't have flash.
What, he got scared.
He goes, but it's
Beautiful.
okay. He gets the mid lane first blood. Astros are
And that
getting
should
traded
just be-
back. Oh, yeah, you can't block
He
that.
needs to hold. Ooh.
Astros is stuck, trying to dash his way out of it. Is able to dodge the bola, but is just.
Oh, this looks a little
might be-
scary.
It
Do we
looks a
have
little
Q?
scary. Oh, the
no!
knockup. He got it! Astros solo kill on Mothra. I didn't even know what was happening, to be honest. I was kind of like glaze-eyed, like, oh, he's gonna totally die to Sejuani, by the way.
Yeah, I saw it
My
coming
bad.
up. Like, this is looking like the most classic Yasuo outplay bullshit shenanigans I've ever seen.
All I hope is that my chomp sound effect that I made like Kesha made it through.
I
last time I tried
didn't
to-
hear that.
I heard it.
Oh, you heard it? Okay.
That's
okay.
beautiful. I'm so glad. But a good kill in mid lane. It did. I'm so thankful. I have to do it. I hate the build, but doesn't matter.
Okay.
Just no respect.
I apparently have no hearing. My hearing sucks. Oh no.
Baby.
Your EP. Yeah, he's got the AP item. I mean, hey, it's what I said he needs to do. He's getting fed. He's making things happen. Cop with the cheese wheel, master in top lane is getting traded out pretty hard by this Volibear tower shot taken by Fell and the ignite. He's back mid lane. You have no flash, sir. You're gonna take so much damage. Hawkeye gonna die to the red buff burn from Astros in the mid lane. Also, thanks to that Sejuani with a little bit of a buff delivery given to him, so just pretty sad. Who main
Just
Sedge?
remember, Mr. Mid Laner, you have your jungler to thank.
Hey, I main Sedge. I main Sedge support. Just not jungle.
So he supports Sedge.
Yeah, support Sedge. The one Sejuani
Oh,
main.
and we're invading.
All good though with the Bola moving that Raptor right into the way of the snowball, blocking it. They're trying to make this play. Forcing Tim Flash.
Flashing.
A little bit of a miscommunication maybe, or just like a lack of understanding from Timberland. All good though. A good flash blown pretty early on and stopping the play. It's people who lead the league in deaths. I'm glad you're able to laugh about that boomstick. Because
Oh.
I could not laugh if I was the death leader. I would fucking wear a black paper bag on my head. Oh, Astro's getting caught in the middle. Not really get that went out in time. He is level 6 though. Is he gonna be able to try to get his way out of there? Mothra getting the knockup. Astros trying to end his way out, but the exhaust too much for Astros. Not able to outplay it on that Yasuo. He's gonna fall.
Almost really good
Yeah,
dodge. He ulted back to dodge the knockup really well.
Oh, nice. Just
The
face
spell
tank
sheet-
that.
I get really
Yeah, the spell
doesn't
shield puts in
matter, does that
so
mean
much
we-
work.
Little bit
He
of
trades with the
damage.
damage
Oh,
evenly.
wait.
Faldo finding that knockup onto Casual Pups. He's getting
was
so
big.
low.
Nice.
That's the disadvantage of the AP Nunu. You're so squishy. Dingus Slayer getting it turned onto his face. He doesn't have the satchel, so he's not able to really get his way out of there. He's going to lose so much HP. Timberland getting the flay
Ooh, I
under,
guess we
not
lost
under the
too much
tower,
HP.
but all good. Yeah, they're going to lose a lot of HP.
Yeah,
Okay,
I was about to
something.
say, I think Astros is really tired of that support rune. Get it?
Yeah. A little tired of it. Oh, Flay's going to go
Oh,
wide.
Popsy R.
Yeah, the Strangled Thorns? I don't remember what it's called. No, that's E. What's it
I
called?
don't remember what the R is called.
I'm trying to. I can do it. No, I can't. Strangled Thorns is E. Zyra lol. That's what I do. It is Strangle Thorns. It's
Oh, it is
grasping
Strangle
roots.
KB catches
I
strays out here in the chat.
KB catching strays. Damn,
Damn, it was Strangle Thorns for ult. It's grasping roots
that's
for the root.
actually crazy. I
That's
did not
crazy.
think that was called Stranglethorns, but I guess it makes sense.
Yeah. I always play with skins on, so I don't, and voice lines off, so I don't know. I've like just turned them back on recently because I stopped playing Seraphine.
Ooh, Astros
So-
taking a tiny bit of damage. I feel
Yes.
like Astros is also running the what's the item that?
You can do it. He's working on Blade of the Rune King.
No, not item. Sorry, what's the I know he's working on Blade. It's the rune instead of
Fleet Footwork, he's running Lethal Tempo. Oh, the Snowball.
no font.
He's going to go a
no,
little
not
wide.
font. It's whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter at this point. The tornado's gonna go a little wide. Hook gonna land on Mothra, not gonna mean too much. Flay's also not gonna matter. They're just gonna walk it out. Now we can talk about that. What rune are you thinking of? Not Font of
it's-
Life, Bone Plating?
It's in the precision tree. It's the one
In
that
Precision Tree?
Absorb Life. That's what it is.
Absorb Life. There we go.
I feel like he's running Absorb Life. I saw a couple times where his HP lick thing would pop green every time he killed a minion.
Grasp. No, thankfully he's not running Grasp into this matchup. Though I wish he was running Fleet Footwork. Still fine. Chumbawumbas was on the grubs. They've got the space. Timberland, though, gets the word down. He's going to spot out two of the members from FreeSM. They might just be okay with the one grub.
Yasuo's not here for the combo.
Yeah, Nasu's not here for the combo. Doesn't have TP either, so this is a 3v4. Chumbawumbas knows the bomb coming through. Damage is starting to tick out and add up. Hook gonna go wide. Casual Plebs flashing forward, landing the root onto Mothra. The damage from this from this AP Nunu doing so much damage. The 3-man ult, but Yasuo was in the range. It doesn't matter. Falling on this Rakan. It doesn't. It's over for FreeSM. They lost the grubs now. They weren't able to claim any, so Chumbawumbas reclaim the space.
And Cop TPing down bot to claim that wave as well.
Oh, it's huge.
Nice play.
Nice play, you. I shouldn't do that again. I'm so
Nice.
sorry. Nice. I'm never doing that again. That
Very
one hurt.
nice. Yeah. That's
Very
fine.
nice. It's very good. Very nice.
I see. I think Delta's going the Roa Nevori build this time.
Yeah. I mean,
Which is,
it's
fine.
it's gonna work this game for sure. You've only really got the one tank to deal with, and he wants to be at those team fights, so it's gonna go fine. And you just need to have every auto on the tower needs to be as effective as possible. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be
No
the Capo.
flash or R from Cop, and they
Yeah.
should be remembering this.
He's getting caught out. The exhaust used to keep him in
Can we get
this
this on
fight.
the
He's just
Sivir?
stuck. Yeah, they're trying to give it to Sivir.
Nice.
It's gonna work. Hawkeye though, getting shot by tower. He's taking a ton of
Oh my
damage.
god,
there.
but the Zyra damage!
Not the Zyra damage, the
just barely
tower. He's
lives.
outplaying himself under the tower. The
Yeah, he
Ignite
was
keeping him out of there.
outplay himself with the tower damage.
Yeah, he was. It's just FreeSM. They're making a play on the map, and like Chumbawumbas is just so ready, and it feels like they don't really care that someone's dying. Like, oh no, Malphite died. Oh well, let's just send it anyway. Who cares? And that kind of attitude has kept them in this series.
Yep, there's the reason why they're up 2-1.
Yeah, they're up. Well, there's more than that, but it's helped them a lot, especially after that game 1 performance. And nothing quite on the map right now. 1 minute to Dragon. I think something big is Foul on this Rakan he's gonna ding 6 before it and have that grand entrance combo to be able to get in there with a flash as well. So it could be pretty important, right? Sir?
Correct.
Correct.
I have malfunctioned.
Damn. You
I'm
are
like
getting
staring
EQ.
off into the distance. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's been a long series for all of us.
It has.
Yeah, all the
Apologies.
casters. Yeah, all the casters and the players are getting. It it happens. It's okay, and I think that's what's kind of helped Chumbawumbas a lot as well. Is it feels like through these losses, they've also just outlasted FreeSM. FreeSM feels like they've kind of slowed down from what we saw at the beginning of the series. They were so fast out of the gate, hard hitting, faster, faster, faster. But then it's just after that, it's just slowed down so much,
Yeah.
and it's
It feels
costing them
like
dearly.
the Chumbawumba's identity is very much so like thoroughly like
You can do cemented.
branded into them, cemented, I don't know. Some word that means that it's very ingrained into their soul.
Yeah.
And makes it very easy for them to operate on it regardless of how long they've been playing League for.
Their brand is
Well,
branded into them.
by actual time. Yeah. It is branded into them.
Oh, Tim.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Oh,
good block.
blocked by Winwall.
Yeah, good Windwall.
Ooh,
The hook's
gets
gonna
Black and
land.
Blue.
One of the first ones. Yeah, Black and Blue wasn't able to get that spell shot off. Is actually gonna eat that that
Poor man.
Oh,
Ziggs
nice
ult.
engage.
Yeah, the nice engage from Rakan is keeping this fight going, but the new ult is still channeling. He's gonna get knocked up. He's gonna pop from this Volibear in the line. Chumbawumbas still has the numbers advantage, but their HP bars are so low. Dingus Slayer has no mana. It's just Astros versus the world. Not gonna find the knockup. Doesn't have the ult either, so I don't feel like they should really be trying to contest this. Neither jungler is up though. Delta Centaria
God.
is going to find Dingus in the backline,
Oh, he got the
and he
dragon,
got the
what color?
dragon. Is going to also claim Astros. FreeSM threw caution to the wind and won the fight.
Yeah, the Sivir is getting a little bit strong, and Delta is just like, I'm flashing on you. Good luck, everybody else.
It's a good fight.
It was a good fight.
It was a good
And
fight.
unfortunate that the dragon went to the side of Chumba, but
Oh, I missed
I
that.
don't think they really
It
are
showed
too
blue.
sad about it when they won.
Looking like it
Oh, I
might
saw,
be
like, the
another
wall.
6 grub game for Chumbawumbas. They're setting up for it once again.
Yeah,
It's been so
they've understood.
powerful.
Yeah,
They've been eating good, or one could say they've been really grubbing.
Hey,
Oh,
Yeah, they
Mothra is
are.
looking like he's about to get cheesed the hell out of, not gonna lie.
yeah, he's getting sniffed out on this buff here. Is going to get locked down. Has to flash away. Lost his own buff. Timberland now has a chance to land the hook. Can you do? Nope, never mind. But
Oh,
a
the combo
3-2
comes
man.
in.
The combo comes in. Malphite found the
Oh,
knockup. But it didn't matter.
Zyra? Oh,
Astros
wait,
was just
what?
abandoned on the backline. There was no follow-up damage from there. That's what happens when you have single damage source. And
Oh, he picks off
Casual Plebs-
Mothra!
Yeah, Casual Plebs found Mothra in the sideline. He's trying to find Hawkeye too. The ult is going to get stopped by Fel, but the damage still comes out. Casual Plebs trying to limp his way out of here. He's not tanky, not able to do anything. Is going to
Oh, he tried to jump. He tried. I swear, he was probably thinking in his mind. The freaking
Yeah.
Kesha noise.
Dingus
Yeah.
did get the tower in the bot lane in the meantime.
Oh my
And
god.
grubs despawn, so only 3 grubs to Chumba for this game.
I think Casual forgot to stick his head inside of a microwave and scream before he did that play, or else he would have won
Oh.
it.
I see. I have not watched enough Kesha then, it seems.
It's like a really old clip of him after a play. He's just screaming inside of a microwave. Oh my god, dude. When the voices win, that's kind of Kesha's YouTube channel, I'm not gonna lie.
I see.
Rift Herald picked up by FreeSM, so should be able to use that to get a tower at some
Yeah.
point.
Yeah,
At some point.
At some point, for sure. They've been pretty good, but something important is on the games that Chumbawumbas has been even at about 15, 20 minutes, they've just been... It feels like they're always in the lead, even though like this kind of comp is a little different than what we've been seeing in the series. It's still what we've seen all season from them. It just feels like they shouldn't really be pulling those kinds of fights without Dingus on the Ziggs, because it's so hard to do anything. Wait, oh, trap. Oh, no, sir.
It's a trap!
It's a
Capital
trap, but the
Akbar!
knockup's gonna miss. Astros lands the knockup on a 2,
Oh,
but
he got the
is
charm
gonna get
though,
charmed. Yeah, the charm's gonna land.
When's his
Astros
Q coming
trying
out?
to walk this out, trying to dash
my
his
God,
way out. He's
Yasuo's
gonna
fun
make it
champ.
out. Yasuo is a fun champ, but a blunder from Bell on this Rakan is gonna save Astros.
Yes. The top tower should...
It's gonna get low.
Yeah, it doesn't die, unfortunately.
Oh, he's gonna
We
go forward.
are in.
Didn't even banana combo him. Hawkeye 6-pack is gonna
I
try to
think he
ignite, trying to
wins
trade
this,
it back.
though.
He
Zyra
should
has so
win
much
it though. Yeah,
damage.
Zyrus has so much damage with these plants, but they just get taken out. Wait, he's gonna get traded out. Maybe the minions. No, not even close. Can you click on them? I want to see the HP real quick. Malphite HP. 38. Okay, so we hit under 30 HP to make it
Holy
through that fight.
moly.
That is so close.
That's a tragedy. Getting
Tragedy.
1v1 by Malphite has to feel so depressing.
Yeah, never feels good. And he's got MR too, so pretty resistant. Now finally working on his armor items, going to be able to tank out the Sivir and the rest of the damage from this Volibear a lot better this game.
I think Hawkeye might have somewhat killed himself since the Bramble is on Malphite already. And
Oh,
he just did
yeah.
that little bit of damage to kill himself by autoing him.
Oh, no.
Oh no, indeed.
Little
It's
bit
still,
of a...
it still like evens out, but yeah, Bramble does hurt a lot in those kinds of fights. He probably did like 50, 60 damage to him. At that point, that matters for sure. But what doesn't matter
Oh,
is the fact that those
barely
ults
missing.
missed, the engage fell in Mothra, missing both of their, well, fell into the knockup, but it's not going to matter at that time.
Malphite.
Yeah, here comes Malphite. Doesn't have the ult quite yet, so the combo isn't set up. This is 5v5 for third dragon. Cop gonna get knocked up. He's getting caught out. Yeah, he walked a little too far forward, getting poked out, has to lantern his way out of there. He's gonna get stunned by
missed
Delta
the hook.
Centaria in the flank. Timberland now stuck as the sole frontliner for this team for Chumbawumbas. Has to just limp away from the fight. Lost his flash, lost the box. So no way to really peel, and the snowball just has to run away. Chumbawumbas lost the dragon.
Apparently, we have a petition in chat from Boomy.
What is
Oh
it?
my god,
Can I
Timmy.
ban Mothra
Oh
from
no,
Sedge?
Timmy!
Oh
Can I
no.
ban Mothra from playing Sedge ever?
Can I ban Mo- Oh, damn.
Unfortunately, you cannot.
Yeah. Well, you can ban the champ away from him, or you
True.
can pick it first pick on blue side. Those are your options.
Got the Mountain
Well-
Dragon for FreeSM. Stopping the stacking.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
only 500 gold between the teams.
Now, for FreeSM here, you need to not panic, because that's what lost them a lot of like key moments here. Is they've been panicked. They've been feeling like they're so rushed to make a decision, but they have a fairly traditional like front to back ish team comp that can work off of snap engages. So they just need to chill.
Not
Really.
even for 100 gifted.
In the words of a meme that I saw online, Daddy chill.
I see.
I'm sorry.
Bringing that back. Yeah, you keep bringing up the old memes.
I do. Snowball!
Hawkeye's- Yeah, the snowball. Look how much damage it did. Wow, so useful.
All the TP's coming in.
Yeah, all the TPs. Another 5v5, but Dingus Slayer does not want to be there.
Dingus is a little caught out.
Yeah, he's a little caught out.
Oh,
Uses the
never
sacrifice to get
mind.
over the wall. The knockup going to be landing onto Delta Centauri. 2-man knockup from Fel here. The root. Strangle Thorns. 4-man Yasuo ult. It's been found. The
my
Snigs
God.
bomb doing so much damage along with Yasuo. This is FreeSM just getting demolished by Chumbawumbas. The new ult finally coming out. Mothra
Oh my
gonna
God.
fall. That is the fight you talked about in draft. The 4-man Malphite ult and Yasuo combo. Just the little bit of hesitation from Dingus Slayer keeping Hot Guy alive from the clean ace.
Oh my. They got outplayed.
Wombo
Yasuo,
combo.
and Malphite hit their R buttons
Wombo.
instead of having an aneurysm and not clicking their R buttons. I don't know.
For sure. But a big thing there that I talked about the other, Zig's bomb is also part of that combo because you just throw it right at the
Yeah,
end there,
and it's so much damage.
yeah, it does so much damage there. They're just missing on a little bit, and that's the little optimization. I think if they got that off in time, that's Baron for them for sure, because it just is that little bit of extra oomph that they're looking for in those team fights.
Yeah, it's crazy because it feels like Baron should have spawned, but it's only been 30 seconds since Baron spawned.
Yeah, it would have been a
my God.
20-minute one.
Yeah, an instant 20-minute Baron would have been great. Don't know how close the death timers were for them to be up. I just feel, I guess, a little bit cautious from that, but
It would have been fine. So Delta laid a trap
Delta
for Astros
looking.
here. Yeah, he's got those two
Oh,
items. The
miscue.
row is not stacked up, so he's going to have a lot of healing here. There goes Astros. Where's your HP bar?
Oh.
He has to run away from this Volibear.
yeah, the Navori's really kicking Astro's butt a little bit, I guess.
Gonna work.
Dodging those Qs as well. Ooh, tripping over words. Delta does not have his R though, and Flash, so
There
you
you
gotta
go.
be a little bit cautious. He also has both.
Yeah, at that point he did, but right at that fight, I think he could have continued the fight and just seen what happened. Um,
Yeah,
Irregardless
because
of
the
not the
advantage.
end of the world.
Yeah.
Can do so much damage. Yasuo's gonna sustain up. He looks like he reset it anyway. So nothing quite up. Neither team really seems to care about trying to sneak or mess around with Baron. So it's gonna be Dragon as the next big objective on the map.
I cannot place him going up. Now the 2-man on him.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
I
gonna
think this
try and run his way
volley
up.
might be dead.
Yeah, you might just be dead to the Ziggs bomb,
Chaos!
but
From
Timberland getting caught out.
downtown.
Yeah, from
Oh.
downtown. Timberland getting caught out with a stun, but actually a little bit of a
Takes him so
mistake
long
there.
to kill
He's going to get
him.
engaged on Cop, though.
Zyra's
Solo
dead.
killing Zyra there. Zyra's dead. Astra's trying to make a fight happen here. He's going to land nothing on that knockup. Nunu charging his ult. Not going to find anything here. So,
Cosmetic Nunu R.
yeah, Cosmetic Nunu are there in the bottom
Oh,
side there. But
they're
he's coming with the
keeping for the
snowball. Cop is
flank.
here. Black and blue caught out has been the name of this series. Fell also falling. Mothra gonna get knocked up. There's no Yasuo, but it doesn't matter. He's gonna fall in an ace for Chumbawumbas and a Baron claimed.
Yeah, that the TP from Astros to make sure they get a really nice flank. That just felt like they were closing in from all sides, and then they just killed them. I don't know. That just felt like some type of like horror movie or something where you're like in the tree or in the forest and there's like spooky things around you, and then suddenly you're dead. I don't know.
I think they made a song about that at some point in a spooky forest with a certain actor.
Shia LaBeouf.
You know, they probably did.
They probably did. It might have been a little famous for a bit.
Yeah, might have been a tiny bit famous, but
Just a
I
tiny
wouldn't
bit
know.
famous.
I wouldn't know.
No, he's a big lad.
Big
Pretty big lad here. Though
Just
this is gonna be so
do
fun.
it.
Fell gonna find that knock up onto Timberland. He could be caught out just flashing out for safety. It's okay to do that. Though now they lost the space for the Dragon. A little late rotation here from Chumbawumba's gonna maybe cost him the space dearly. Oh, Snowball coming in, gonna find just fell. They're okay with it. Delta Saria is in a precarious spot. The hook gonna
the
land onto the Volley Bear. Not even able to get the
he
ultimate.
doesn't
Wasn't
have
up in time. And a
ultimate.
2-man NATO. Astros back in this backline, and now a
Oh my
Malphite knockup, and that's just the fight. FreeSM is collapsing under the weight of Chumbawumba's team fight. The snowball from downtown claiming Mothra, and a soul point claim from Chumbawumba's.
Oh no. It's looking like this is also snowballing out of control a bit.
No, why am I laughing at that? God damn
Probably
it.
because you're tired.
Because I've been yelling at my monitor for 3 hours.
Big.
Big. Oh, Black and Blue's actually under the tower and no longer under the tower there. Yeah, you can't do that. That's the advantage with AP Nunu. Yeah, when you're ahead, you could do stuff like that. Just dive the enemy AD carry. What are they going to do? You have bonus movement speed. Trouble was, though,
this might actually be...
I don't know quite if they can end the game here, but that's going to be... Oh, this could be the throw. Chumbawumba's stuck here onto this tower. They don't have the new ult. The Ziggs ult. Gonna
they got
find
the
Fell, but Delta
recon.
Centauri, not necessarily untouched. He's just going to fall to the tanks from Chumbawumba's. There's just too little, too late. Chumbawumba's up 9k gold. They have the Baron. They have all 5 members up here. The Snowball getting charged. They want to try and end this game. They know... Oh, never
He
mind.
runs into the inhibitor.
He runs into the messenger. They should still get it. I don't know if it's quite GG yet. They maybe want to place a little thing. Good hook on a hot guy. Has to flash it. Solari also used just to keep them alive. The Cyrus trading a lot of damage, and those HP bars signal that Chumbawumbas has to leave. FreeSM, though, wants to make this re-engage. The stun gonna
onto
land. He
Dingus.
does play Sejuani. The shutdown claimed. Box used to keep Fell off of Timberland. He's gonna just walk this out. I think Mothra trying to catch up, though. Should just be only Dingus Slayer claimed as a sacrificial lamb from Chumbawumbas there. But the jungle camps and economy for FreeSM is in shambles.
I'm definitely in shambles. Well,
How's your
I
head
stuck with
going?
my consistency of being a Chumba hater, and apparently me trying to reverse curse them by saying I've cursed that every time I pick them to lose, they win. It didn't work.
Well, you just had to set up a new curse for next season since we broke all the other ones.
I guess so. I don't know. It would seem that is the way.
It'll be next season you'll just keep doubting Chumba and they'll be like, nah man, we got this.
Yeah.
We can do
No,
it.
no. This time I'll be doubting Chumba, so Tim repeats, and we have a repeat champ
Oh, true.
for my goat.
Well, we do have a repeat champion here.
Casual's the
If
repeat.
Chumba wins,
Casual
yeah,
is
Casual
the
be
repeat,
Casual's trying to repeat champ here, getting that 2-peat on Chumbawumbas, playing this, actually just playing this AP Nuna pretty well. 24 stacks in the Magi's, 8-4 and 12, been a pretty good rock for this series.
Fnatic
Does
death
Centauri,
pushing
though,
by
could
ourselves.
find Dingus
Oh.
Slayer, the Recon ult, locking up everyone, but this Volibear doesn't have enough damage, doesn't have enough
Oh,
tank. He
the-
can't live in the face of these tanks. He can't tank them down. He can't kill them. Astros also
Oh,
here killing
no.
them. The hook gonna land on the Fel, not able to get the
Get out
up,
of
gonna
it.
get the second one off, but a two-man Malphite not gonna get followed up. Astros already used the ultimate to line up something else to get a push forward. Kill Fel under that tower. Cop taking up the tower. The Sejuani
the
was gonna go
Sejuani
just a
missed.
little wide. You needed to land that. The knockup gonna land onto Mothra. The root, the thorns from Hot Guy. Six-pack keeping them alive for just a little bit longer, but not quite the snowball.
Oh, no.
The Zig ult keeping Mothra low, but the Ignite should also kill him. Chumbawumbas, just casual plebs living through the fight. That shouldn't be an end, I think. I don't think they quite have the resources with just casual, but it's a bloodbath.
Yup.
I like that hot guy was like, oh, the Sejuani will block this snowball for me, and then Sejuani dashed away.
Oh my god, if you saw the off-screen Ziggs ball just pop into view and just hit a hot guy to kill him off, oh my god. I think
Yeah.
Dingus also got hit by hot guy as well or something. I forget how he died, 'cause he was like on 1 HP.
Not sure. My eyes were actually on Tim 1v1ing Sejuani up there as well. As we can see, there was a whole lot going on that fight.
Yep.
But afterwards, Chumbawumbas was still sitting on their about 8k gold lead, so still feeling pretty good. See if they want to go for a Baron or try to get this Mountain Soul before they end the game.
Try to get Mountain Soul. I think what if I was
finally
FreeSM,
Desperation
we
Baron?
just I was gonna say we just Desperation Baron since they're probably gonna be on there, and if somebody comes, we have to turn instantly.
Yep, or they could be death pushing here. This hasn't been swept out. Chumbawumba's vision control hasn't been the best throughout this series, but no, the Scryer's
Ball!
Bloom gonna catch him out. The Nunu Ball's gonna find Hawkeye. He's gonna get poked out. Nothing quite gonna fall up from it yet. Cop not gonna use that ult just now. He's waiting for that perfect ult. It could be there, it could be later, but Chumbawumba's reclaiming the space.
Oh no.
They said,
Now we don't get either, and the Supermans are inner base taking our Nexus towers.
they said we know about that bush where people walk in and die. Let's check it before we try.
We
to
know
fight.
about that bush. Hey, that's our thing.
That's our bush.
Yeah, especially when Casual's playing Shaco, they for sure know. Hey, that bush is looking suspicious.
Yeah, that
Look
bush is
from
making
Tim.
noises. It's a little bit of a giggle and just dogging onto Mothra here. 3 important ults used from Chumbawumbas, but the fight is started. Timberlake gonna
maybe
miss the
not.
hook. Just gonna go a little bit wide. The flash forward
now.
not good.
Okay.
Fel trying to make this engage work. Mothra though, the front line not enough. Delta Centauri in the back line as well. He's trying to do so much damage on this
God.
bear, but the bear's not gonna matter. The Nunu ult
Triple
finding
kill.
the triple kill. FreeSM in shambles. The game is over. I'm like 99% sure, dog. This game has to be over.
Surely
Chumbawumbas
it's over.
found it. They brought the boom with the Nunu.
Doubters be damned!
Yeah, doubters be damned. Chumbawumbas winning the season. Winning 3-0. Or 3-1, my bad. They took a game. FreeSM made this a series for sure.
For sure,
my.
really well played.
Surely this is an end, right?
Also,
Okay.
shout out FreeSM having such a good run, falling at the very end, but still played really well despite having the team change.
Yeah.
That was an insane turnaround by
And it's
FreeSM.
over.
GG's.
Well played, Chumbawumbas, Season 5 champions.
I think we all know who our MVP is.
Sadly,
Definitely
they
not the
won't be
guy
able to
who
interview.
goes to the bed. Definitely
Yeah,
not
definitely not the
that guy.
guy who has to run to bed because he has a
Get
job
him
in
in
the
here!
morning.
Get him in here!
He's acting
Quick!
Get him in
like
here!
acting like he's tired or something.
Yeah, bro. I guess we'll just have to choose somebody else then. Okay. I guess.
I guess, man.
I guess, man.
I guess.
Phenomenal series.
I guess
A
we'll let you get
phenomenal
sleep,
way to
Casual.
end.
Yeah.
Yeah. A
That was a
phenomenal way to
banger.
end a season. Chumbawumbas proving all of the doubters wrong. Team salary cap be damned. We don't care if we're 300 below it. We don't care if they say our bot lane looks bad. We don't care if our top laner doesn't split push. We're going to win through team fighting. We're going to win through consistency. We're going to win through our own style.
Yeah. They found their style very early on in the season and they executed on it like on a weekly basis. So I give a vote to Timmy. Timmy the GOAT!
Yep, the poll is up. Get your MVP votes in there.
Timmy
I mean,
was getting a
honestly, like
lot of.
everyone played really well. So yeah,
They all did play really well.
Dingus was carrying like a beast. Cop holding it down the top lane, even when behind, still doing his job in the team fights. Casual, ridiculous on the Shaco, and going AP Nunu just to go against what Halfling says.
Yeah, he heard me flaming it and said, "You know what? Fuck that guy. I'm gonna run the thing that he thinks is bad." I
Yeah,
mean, it's
he
it's
embraced his
fine. It
inner
worked
Kesha.
for sure.
He made sure that the voices won
He's
because
gone.
if the
It's alright,
voices
well,
win, your Nunu becomes stronger.
right now you're leading in the MVP vote Astros, so we might be grabbing you up in here.
Yeah.
But we got about 1 more minute. Get your votes in for who you want the MVP to be for the Season 5 finals. And be ready to sign up for Season 6. It'll be coming up before you know it. And if you're interested, check out the Valhalla Clash we're looking to run, I think in a couple weeks now. I forget the
Yeah.
exact date. But
And
should be
do
fun.
make sure to also join in houses.
Yes,
They'll
do
be
the in-houses.
do the in houses. They periodically happen. It's a great way for captains to watch you. Kind of try and work your way into the new season. And a big thing is I do plan on casting a couple of those, not only just in a call, but also just streaming them because I think it's a good way for captains who maybe are a little busy with real lives, of course, to see what's going on behind the scenes. So if you'd like to be casted in a slightly more loosey goosey environment compared to this, just make sure to join them, and I'll let you guys know when I'm casting.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Also, if anyone's got their primes available or wants to toss us a sub, we always appreciate it. Helps support the league and let us have all these fun games. And Astros is indeed the MVP victor for the vote. So let me pull him on up so we can do that quick interview.
I low key don't have any questions, so y'all are gonna have to carry.
Over here to Care.
Okay.
What's up, Astros? How you
What's
doing?
up? Good. How are you guys?
How were the games?
It was stressful for the first one, but we find our rhythm.
Nice,
Good.
nice. It was looking a little shaky at the start. Like game one went very much FreeSM's way, and then even like the early to mid game of game two was looking rough until you and Casual started popping off with all those Shaco boxes. So
Yeah,
what helped you guys bring it back and keep the mental?
we were trying to figure out what the problem was exactly, and we figured out that we were just getting caught off in the jungle, like this going out adventuring on our own. So we just like regrouped and try to figure out a comp that would work into like a team fight. 'Cause we work better as fighting objectives compared to solo pushing on the side lanes. So I think we just found what gameplay would work, and we decided to lock in for the last couple of games.
Lock
For
in.
sure. I liked your super wombo combo that worked out really well for game number 4.
Yes,
I was,
sir.
I was about to ask, did you guys instantly think with R1 and R2 just like, oh yeah, we're lucky in Yasuo Malphite once you saw their first pick?
Yeah, he chose Zyra, so I was like, yeah, this is a really good matchup in the Yasuo. So I was like, yeah,
Yep.
let's send it. They haven't banned it yet, so I was like,
And even was a good matchup with you doing some of those dashes under tower early.
I try to get aggressive, try to get a couple of kills,
Right.
final points.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. My most important question: where was all this gameplay when we were on the same team, man?
I don't know. No comment.
Hey yo.
I like this team. I wanted to try for them, not for you, Hale.
Damn.
Well, yeah.
That's crazy.
Any other final questions? If not, we can let you go. And congratulations on the victory.
I have no so I don't think I have
Casual's
questions.
MVP.
Casual
Yep,
is
Casual
MVP.
MVP. He's busy
You're our
sleeping.
placeholder, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Astros can pretend to be casual. It'll be fine. Well, congratulations once again, and have yourself a good night.
You guys have a good night as well.
Good night. Congrats.
And with that, I have a quick update on the Hall of Champions. So we saw before the end of the season, we had our victors going up to Bomber Bros Season 4. But now with the new victory, we can get rid of this trash logo and put up the new one. With the Chumbawumbas Season 5 champions in the Hall of Champions.
Yeah, and now we have a person who's a back-to-back champion.
Yep. Also, Shadow Casual back-to-back champions. Be sure to make sure your captain messages Beard. Oh, where'd they go?
I'll
Where'd they go?
What the heck?
What the heck?
Oh wait, no, I have to tell it to. I remember. I have to tell it to loop. There we go.
Thank you. We appreciate the applause.
Applause. But yeah, everyone, if you're watching and you're not in the Discord and want to join, feel free to join and try to become part of the community. Everyone else get in those in-houses so we can get you seen and hopefully get on teams for season number 6. And everyone have a good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.
The final fight! Eggs of a plate! The final call! The end of it all! The victor's crown! No others around! None can take us down! We want the crown! Raise our hands high! Touching the sky! Nothing to fear! Victory's here! Through every night! Through every fight! Now is our time! Shine in the light! Resurrect high! Touching the sky! Nothing to fear! Victory's here! Yeah! Through every night! Through every fight! Now is our time!